Oh wait. Let's wait till we record that.
No, I'm recording, but it's just I'm not. I could cut all this shit out, so it's not no big deal or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's just basically the mic is live, basically. But yeah. But what you was gonna say?
Like honestly, bro, I don't even think. I think initially when Dirk first got in the game, I think he put all that shit away and kind of like try to distance himself from the block. But I just think that the fans, bro, and the broke niggas in Chicago pushed him to do that. It wasn't even him. It's just that he tried to prove something to these broke ass goons in Chicago and these broke ass fans that in order to clout chase or something to make him seem like he about business. He didn't really have to do any of that. But it's the peer pressure pretty much, bro, that led him to his demise.
I doubt that. And the only reason I doubt that, every time you listen to his music, he's telling you how he killing another motherfucker or getting another motherfucker killed. He never left that shit. That All My Life song made people believe he changed, bro. But his whole discography is just killing people or the ops or whatever it is.
That's the thing, though. But when he left Chicago, he was like 19. He left like right after like high school type shit. Like he wasn't really. Like they say when he was in high school, he was quiet. He wasn't really he was around those people. That's why he knew them, but he wasn't really killing niggas like King Von. Like, if anything, he's guilty by association, and he let his power get to his head so he can do something. But I don't think.
But isn't it still all accusations? Like they got him ordering the hit?
Hold on, y'all niggas having a full show and shit. I ain't think we was actually. I need to say something.
I thought you said the mic was live.
Yeah, we live, but you know we still got to do the intro and lead up and stuff like that. Yeah, bro, niggas gonna be like y'all just going straight into the convo. So it's fine. I'll just have to do some rearranging, bro. So fuck it, let's get right to it then, bro. So episode 137, Couch Bros podcast, man. We have a special guest, multi-time host, the homie, the brother from another mother, my longtime ZB, man. We got the homie Curvin back in the building, man. What's going on? Curvin, man. Last time you were on, bro, there was Ugly Nigga Chronicles, dog. This was supposed to be a part 2, but so much shit has happened that we can't even name this Ugly Nigga Chronicles, right? Like, we could have an Ugly Nigga Chronicles sessions towards the end, bro, but we were communicating. There's a lot of shit that happened. Me and you were communicating back and forth. You know, I've been trying to get you back on the pod. We actually did an episode and you know, I fucked it up so it can never get released. And then, you feel me, life happens, but I was like, all right, we're going to get you on. We were supposed to have a completely different episode, right? And then the bombshell that happened on Friday with Lil Durk getting arrested in Broward County, no less, at like 6 a.m. or whatever the fuck it happened. Or that Thursday night, and getting arrested and charged by the U.S. Marshals for murder for hire in a Fed case, bruh. So that completely just said, you know what, we got to actually talk about that because that's just a ridiculous situation, man. So I got you, baby, in the building. So it's going to be us three, man. So, yeah, have at it, man. Have at it, man. Well, first things first. Welcome back.
Matter of fact.
No, wait. First things first. Welcome back to the pod, man. How you feeling? It's a pleasure to have you back.
Everything good, man. I'm just sitting here watching the world change. You know, watching wages stay the same while inflation get higher. Nigga got to be a goddamn millionaire to go shopping for groceries now these days, man. Shit crazy, man. You know, women don't like men no more. Like, I don't even think women attracted to niggas anymore, man. I think these bitches just like money and pussy. Like, these bitches don't even like niggas no more, man. Like, you go to the club, they disgusted by niggas. Even the niggas who's shining, they disgusted by.
Hey, but you know what the thing is, though, about that? Like, I realized, well, not real. It's a realization. They just only got love for one man. They had everybody else, dog. So if you that one guy, you lucky.
But, you know, like, I even go sometimes, like, you know, I hate the shade room. But sometimes I'll go in the shade room and I'll see them post a celebrity nigga, let's say like a celebrity nigga that usually all the hoes will like. He'll have like a thirst trap of like take his shirt off and trying to show his muscles and shit. And when you look at the comments, dog, the hoes ain't even really, they don't give a fuck about. It's like even the best looking nigga, bro, it's like they're not even intrigued by niggas at all. If anything, they hate when a nigga is getting clout.
Well, what you got to understand, bro, the internet's not real, man. People share thoughts and then they go far away with it. You know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying. It made me feel that way. But I also understand that women just like to hear other women talk, bro. They like to get together and shit on niggas. That's their favorite thing, bro. So, like, in that instant where they ain't showing love, it's like, yeah, but if a dude in their face treating them well, they'll be happy. Some, at least.
Yeah, well, my whole perspective on that is completely different, right? Like I've said it on multiple pods. Coming up now. Oh, Curvin, what you doing, nigga? What you flipping? You trying to find some keys?
Oh, no, I'm trying to get in the car. My bad. My bad.
Yo, you the type of dude that have to get in the car to have peace? Is that you?
If I want to get in the car, it's gonna be all kinds of interruptions.
Oh my god, bro!
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. So next time, just mute your phone. You feel me? Mute your phone and unmute you when you're ready to talk, bro. So yeah, just simple podcast etiquette. But like I was saying, bro, my perspective is completely different, right? So I'm in a different space when it comes to that. Like I am so focused on what I'm focused on, which is. You feel me? Trying to build, what the little football thing we got going on and the social media presence and I signed up for school. I go back to school back in January. I haven't even thought about women, right? Like I had a conversation with a coworker and I was telling him, I was like, I went to the school and the lady at the school told me the last time I was there. And it coincided with the timeline of me getting into a relationship. 2019. And the whole time, I was only short one class. I needed one class to get into a program or to apply for a program. And I didn't even realize that. 4 years have gone by. You know what I'm saying? And he told me, he was like, women could derail everything you got going on. And that's the fucking truth. Women can derail everything you got going on and you don't even fucking realize it.
Well, I think that works for everyone. That's not just, women. You know what I'm saying? If you
got 100% significant. Yeah, of course. And again, I told him, I said, I take full responsibility because at the end of the day, I'm not going to blame somebody else. I'm the one who didn't go back. I'm the one who didn't go forward and push through because there's plenty of niggas in relationships that push through. You feel me? It's just, it can happen and you could see it happen and it can happen very fast. And next thing you know, 4 years go by, you're like, yo, what the fuck? So me, I'm not even worried about women. Fuck them. Like, I don't care. I got goals to accomplish. And when you get your goals accomplished, they come back around. You feel me? They're going to come back around. So that's how I see it. And that's just me. But I'm different that way.
But are they the women you want, bro?
I don't know yet because I haven't met them yet. Because I'm not at that point of the journey yet. So I wouldn't be able to tell you.
No, I get that. But this is one of the things like that warp my mind when I think about it. It's just more like me as a dude, if I accomplish things, I get where I want to go. And then you come into my life. That's a different type of, that me as Gershon, you got to get a different type of Gershon. You didn't help me build shit. Like, I don't get the dudes that let a woman come in their life and take over everything, bro. I don't, like, she didn't help you build shit, homie. So how can you, in your mind, be so desperate to be like, I got to make her happy. I got to do this and do that. And it's just like, why you got to do that to keep her? She didn't help you build this shit.
Because the dudes who act like this are the dudes who haven't accomplished much. Because
that's not true.
And women are so limited.
That's not true. You see it all the time, bro. Dudes be having everything, and then
I think what Curvin means is people who didn't do it before the money or whatever came, so they don't have any kind of discernment. Again, that's what my interpretation. Curvin, you could agree or disagree because I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I mean, I feel like there's two things that should have happened before you get in a relationship. And before that doesn't make you go crazy. One, you had to have tried to fuck hoes, at least try when you was broke. Fuck ugly bitches, fuck fat bitches. You know what I'm saying? Just to get some confidence. Even if you're fucking the fattest, ugliest bitch in the club, you're still building confidence within yourself because you can fuck something. And then then you start making money. And
let's not do that. Let's not do that, dog.
No,
let's not do what? Wait, Curvin. Let's not do what? Elaborate.
Because there's young men out there, bro. Let's not tell them to build confidence. You gotta fuck fat and ugly
Well,
bitches,
I mean,
bro.
but especially for the young men, come on, man.
You
These young
kind of
dudes,
do though. You kind of do.
In what world?
Charge that. To,
Oh my god!
charge that to the.
I got
game,
a son, bro. I'm never gonna tell my son that.
If I had a son, I say, listen, son, this will come.
Get
with
what you could get.
No,
if your son, no, I'm saying if your son couldn't fuck bitch, okay, let's say your son wasn't getting bitches, period, like wasn't getting the bitches he wanted. You're telling him not to fuck at all, not to fuck hoes, period.
Listen, man. Let's not. As a guy that fucked a lot of 2, 3, 4, 5s and shit like that, bro. I regret it as a grown man.
Why?
Because it wasn't pleasurable. There's been a lot of
that's okay. So you were fucking for the wrong reasons. You were fucking down. What Curvin and me?
It is fucking down.
But the thing is, that's the point. That was your mindset. You were fucking down.
No. I was fucking whatever I could get. But that
fucking down.
But when you mature, it's just more like
what Curvin is trying to say. Again, not trying to put words in your mouth. You could agree or disagree. But what Curvin is trying to say is, the key word that he said in that was confidence and confidence building. You might not know what you're capable of because you don't have the confidence in yourself to attract a certain person. So yeah, unfortunately, there's going to be women along the way, and it goes both ways. There's going to be women that are going to use you feel me, to work on their skills, to, hone in on the person and make themselves a better version of themselves for the person that they actually want. Same thing that goes with men. I had to do it. You feel me? I realized that in college. I'm like, yo, there's a bitch I got to go start fucking some nasty shit, bro. Like, I'm not proud of, dog. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
But once you do that, you're like, you feel me? You build the confidence. You learn and you master a certain thing. Like me, I don't got the biggest dick in the world. I said, you know what? My dick ain't big, bro. I'm gonna have to master eating pussy. And I'm phenomenal at eating pussy. It was a lot of ugly bitches that had to get me to this point, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, man, that's even worse. What you telling me, bro?
What's worse about it?
Nah, dog. I did things with some ugly women. Eating pussy is not one, bro.
Well, I like eating pussy, so that's just me.
Nah.
Yeah. You gotta be an 8 or better to get your pussy that type of
No,
nigga,
you
bro?
Gotta be someone I want. And most of the time when we doing
then
this
that
shit,
means you. So okay, put it like this: a good pussy eater, you just like doing it. So that means you're not good at eating pussy. You're adequate. Yeah, you just
maybe I don't know. All I know is that the thought of I didn't do it to build confidence, bro. When I was fucking them, I was just getting what I could get. I was just going through women. It didn't matter to me because I was in a negative mind state. It wasn't about, oh, man, I'm getting my skills up and none of that. That's just more like
9 out of 10 men. Oh, Curvin, go get in because I don't want to dominate the conversation. Go ahead and get in. Curvin.
No, but I just feel like, see, what Gerson is talking about is I don't think he was doing something, but he don't realize the positive that it was doing for you.
What positive?
It's almost
bro?
like the positive is like you're fucking these hoes, and although they're not the ones who you wanted to fuck, they were sharpening your sword. They were, every time you talk to a chick, and every time, like, even if that chick was fat, ugly, you improve your game, you improve your sex performance. You don't want to practice your sex on a bad bitch. You want to practice your sex on the ugly bitches. So when you do get the bad bitch, your performance is on par.
What clicked in my head when you was talking? You and Herbie, it just clicked. Y'all ugly niggas, man.
Yeah.
And because y'all ugly niggas, y'all operate like that. My son is handsome, man. My son is handsome, bro. I don't see my son doing this shit.
The last part that we did with Curvin was called Ugly Nigga Chronicles. Duh. Like,
but that's a different additive to the story. Y'all just talking about
but think about it though, Gerson. Think about it. When we were in high school, bro. Come on, let's be honest. All the bitches wanted like maybe 5 niggas in the school. The rest of the niggas were the ugly niggas. We had to settle for the ugly bitches. We didn't get the bad bitches.
You're right and wrong, bro. You're right and wrong because it's all the popular women wanted the 5 niggas, but. The
bitches wanted them too. They just couldn't get them.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, there's too many relationships for you to say that.
Okay, here's the problem though. Here's the problem. Where this is where I think your worldview is so secular and so personal. I could tell you this from the niggas that you would consider handsome, the niggas that got hoes and all of that shit. them niggas fuck a lot of ugly hoes too. They just don't broadcast them. They don't talk about them. They don't show you.
No. You absolutely right. But I get what you're saying. But my point is, if we're going back to high school, there was too many people dating. There's too many. Oh, you with him now? You this and that. To sit there and say there was only 5 niggas getting bitches.
With high school though, it's nobody knew anything, right? It was I like this person. I go with this person. Right? That's essentially what it was. Right? Like,
isn't it the same thing now?
No, it wasn't. I was looking for attributes and things that I see in you, potential. None of that. It was, I like you. We go together. That's it. Start, stop. I like
That's
you.
That's life, though.
Yeah, but when you get older, you could like somebody and understand that no matter how much I like this person, I can't date this person. Or you should get to a point where you have that kind of discipline.
Well, that's maturity.
Yeah, but when you young, the point. See, you missing the point. Like when you're young, you just like you said, you could like the person, but you can't get the person. The way you end up getting that person is by practicing your game on these ugly bitches, fucking these ugly bitches, knowing what you're good at, and then when you're an adult, you can still be ugly, but you end up pulling that same bitch you couldn't pull 10 years ago because your mouthpiece is better.
And
because your sex
she's
is
fat
better.
now and had 2 kids and 2 baby daddies.
No, well, we not when we saying that chick, we don't mean specifically that chick. We're talking about the person that you put that ideology on. So
because
we're just saying that we're just talking about a bad bitch that you consider a bad bitch, right?
Because right now, at 35 years old, bruh, if I see a bad bitch sitting at the club, sitting at a bar or something, I have no problem approaching this bitch. I don't give a fuck if she laugh at me, if she look at my teeth and say I'm ugly and my teeth fucked up. I don't give a fuck because I fuck so many ugly bitches that it numb my pain to fucking how you call it it numb my pain to
rejection.
What's that word when they turn you down?
Rejection.
It numb my pain to rejection. Now imagine if I never been talking to these ugly bitches and I never numb my pain to rejection. I would never approach the bad bitches at this age, but I don't give a fuck no more. If you laugh at me, I've been laughed at by millions of bitches. Millions of bitches call me ugly.
All right, man. Let's leave on that note and transition because we still do have a show that we got to do, man. So, yeah. Back to what I was saying at the beginning of the show during the intro. Groundbreaking news. Like, these are one of the things that I'm not. On one hand, I was shocked as I was when I found out that Nipsey Hussle got shot, and I just kept refreshing the page, and they say he was in critical condition, and he might not make it, right? But at the same time, I'm not shocked at all, and it's like, I don't even know how to feel about this situation. It feels surreal, but it also feels inevitable based on how Durk and based on just on how a lot of these rappers are moving, like, I don't think a lot, like, for whatever reason, and I watch a lot of these young rappers, I watch a lot of these young niggas, I follow a couple of them, you feel me, just to see where their mindset is, and none of these niggas are learning their lesson. They don't care until it happens to them. Go ahead.
Now, what I would say is...
When I mean young, I don't mean Durk. I mean, like, the new niggas coming up.
No, but my point is a lot of these dudes are too young to learn. It's when they gotta go to jail or, ultimately life. Maybe they did. There's a bunch of people that be like, oh man, you miss me and, stuff like that. My point is, dog, they too young to understand. That's what's real sad.
Agree.
Come on, bro. Agree. Most of these guys are 22, 23, 24. That's too young to understand that you playing with your life.
Durk is not 23 years old, bro.
Yeah, but we're not talking about Durk. Because what I'm trying to say, the point I was trying to make was that Durk didn't learn from Durk didn't learn from the generation before him when he, above all people, has had more open book tests to the street shit than anybody. His dad is a GD. His dad is one of the most infamous GDs in the history of Chicago. He knows more than anybody what exactly this looks like. He knows more than anybody what jail looks like, what it is to have people not call you, people not reach out to you. He was fighting a murder charge. He was already in jail. He knows exactly what the process is and all of that stuff. So for him to choose that over his children, over his significant other, over his family. I can't have no remorse for him.
But okay, so here's the thing: when you put that out, some dudes are who they are, bro. You say he had a murder.
And again,
case.
remember, allegedly, in regards to this case, that murder case was not alleged. Like, he was charged for murder, he beat the case. But we talking about it in regards to this. Allegedly. I have to say allegedly. What's up? What's up, girl?
You know what it is, bro? Honestly, bro, this is my viewpoint on the whole thing. The music industry, these executives, bro, they literally handpick the worst, the bottom of the barrel of our community, bro. The bottom of the barrel, and they give them instant fame and instant wealth. These people don't go through therapy. These people don't go through counseling. These people, they just instantly get. How do we expect them to learn? These people are literally the worst thinking people of our community, and we expect them to be regular thinking people just because they're rich and famous. They're not capable of learning. These people are going to crash out rich or famous. I blame the the executives in the music industry for not giving these people therapy and counseling. And the only way this thing is going to end is the prime example is because what FBG Duck Mom is doing. These music executives are now being sued by the people that these rappers murdered, like their family members, and they're going to bankrupt these labels because majority of these rappers got blood on their hands. And at one time, once they crash out and go to jail for life or die, the label just keeps all the money because the numbers are going to go up because of a death or because someone go to jail. Now, I'm happy that the mothers of these murderers are now suing the labels for being liable to their kids' death to bankrupt the labels, and hopefully they'll stop putting out this type of music.
They won't stop. It's too profitable, dog. It's too profitable. This has been something that's been lasting since the 90s. What you said? Yeah. Can you hear me?
You good? Yo. Yo.
Yeah, what happened?
I'm not sure. I have no idea, bro. What you were saying, bro?
Did y'all hear anything I said?
Yeah, we were listening. You just couldn't hear us, but we were listening, bro.
Oh, yeah, but that's pretty much it, bro. Like, to summarize what I said, because I got cut off, I don't know if everyone, the listeners heard. I think that we don't view the people that are rappers the way we're supposed to view them because we think they're normal people. These people are traumatized kids given instant fame and money with no therapy and no type of counseling. And with fame and money, it magnifies the trauma. It makes them even worse because now they think they have power. So a regular person, me and you, would be like, okay, I'm rich and famous now, let me chill. But this person is the worst person of our community. They need therapy. Money and fame don't trigger them to change. So I blame the executives for not giving them the help they need. And the only way it's going to stop is by the mothers and the family of the rappers who commit murders and crimes sue the labels or bankrupt the labels.
But you can't. Like, when you say that, bro, they're not going to make billions of dollars out of suing them, bro. That's not going to happen, bro. And also,
no, they will.
No, they won't.
Because you're going to sue their state. That's like a police officer killing someone and you sue the police department. It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing, bro. Because they have nothing to do with it. You're blaming music, and you can't, and you shouldn't. Anything that they done that had nothing to do with the music. That's how they sold the music to begin with. Everything that's in the music, that's the shit they did. When they talk about killing somebody, they did that shit. They put it on the music. You can't blame the company for it. The label for that.
How can you not sue a label for their employee killing your son?
Because they had nothing to do with it.
That's not true, because if you're at Walmart and a Walmart associate kills, like, God forbid, like not even use you. I don't even want this to come to life. Let's say someone like John Doe. If John Doe is at Walmart and he has a kid, and the Walmart associate accidentally drops a fucking pallet on the kid, and the kid dies, wouldn't you sue Walmart?
Yeah, but that's not the same thing as a music label. The music,
How?
because the music is something that the artists create. And the artist put it out. The label distribute it or whatever. Whatever's going on, that's personal, bro. All this shit is personal beef. How did it get there? They don't know. They got nothing to do with it. It ain't like they're in the... Like, okay, you die at the studio. Maybe you have a chance. I would believe maybe you have a chance. You're talking about music that they sing about what they done. And what about what place does the victim doesn't? Oh, yeah, he got murdered, but he also killed a friend of the artist. So stuff like that is different. I don't see how you can put that on the label, bro.
Well, if FBG Duck's mom wins this lawsuit against King Von's estate and OTF,
But
this is going to set a precedent.
No, but okay, and that's the difference. When you sit there and you telling me the name of the company, ODF or whatever it is, that's just his game. Just like fucking slime, whatever they call it, the Slime Life, whatever Young Thug have. That's the name of their game. He made it a fucking business, and all they do is kill motherfuckers apparently. So yeah, in that sense, but you're not talking about Sony or Aftermath or all the big name labels. You're just talking about the gang that put their name on a fucking LLC or whatever, and then be like, oh, we make music.
Okay, so all right, let's come over around to this point because I actually want to talk about the case. Like you bring up an interesting point, Kervin, because this could set a precedent, but we're a long way from there. So I want to come back to the case itself for a brief moment. This indictment. Go ahead.
Well, they said that Dirk was actually. They said Dirk booked 3 plane tickets.
Here's the thing. Okay, yeah, you're right about that. So
wasn't it under the labels?
No, this is where it gets kind of murky, right?
No. I know what you're saying, Herb. You're talking. I'm not talking about the plane tickets for the people to come to California.
I know you're talking about the plane tickets to leave the country. He booked one to Italy. He booked one to Dubai, and I don't remember the other country.
To try to confuse them so he can leave another route.
You're not confusing nobody, nigga. This is the feds, man. This is the feds, bro. Like this is.
He waited too late. He should have been left.
No, here's the thing. Once you book, they're waiting for you. So it doesn't matter. You can't leave.
No,
nigga.
But I'm talking about whenever the murder was supposed to be done, he should have been left. Blah blah.
Here's
blah.
the thing, though. Here's the thing, and this is the thing about the case itself, and the facts do have to come out. I don't know if this is a case of the feds knowing they got Little Durk, or this is a case of the feds trying to squeeze Little Durk. Because if you actually look at the indictment doesn't actually have anything
on him
directly.
No. They came out today and said that one of his homeboys that he hired was wiretap.
See, that's the thing. That's not in the indictment. That is what social media is running with. Trust me. There's a nigga I watch. His name is Seti Nash. He's a great YouTuber. Like, he a hood nigga. He's a Crip, but he's really into breaking stuff down. And I watched it this morning. That nigga is not in the indictment. I know you're talking about OTF Jam Jam. That is the alleged. That is what people are saying. That is what people are trying to put on his jacket. And there is some truth to him wearing a wire, but that is not why the indictment came down. The indictment came down because of the credit cards. Where these niggas used the credit cards under OTF, just unbelievable. Used the credit cards under OTF to buy the guns, to book the flights, and to rent the car. But this is where it gets kind of tricky because there is really no proof that Dirk himself ordered any of this.
No, because that's what I was wondering when they say they caught him. I was like, do they have proof that he ordered it? Because the name of his association or whatever it is, whatever we calling it, like, okay, you got that on that. Is it him? Do you have him on the wire saying, all right, go get that nigga, blah, blah, blah? Do you have text messages? I'm wondering, is there anything solid proof of him doing that thing, ordering it, or it's just more like, we got the label and we're just assuming that it's you?
We have to know. We'll have to find out. Now, again, and Kervin, this is, you could be right with the whole they got him on wiretap. I'm just saying it's not in the indictment, right?
Would it be?
They would put it in the wiretap. But the thing is, you also don't know what, because the thing is, when you're facing a court case, and you're facing court and stuff like that, to that level with the how much money Dirk is worth and how much money Dirk generates for Atlantic Records, they're going to give him the best lawyers that you can find. And when you're at that level, you're going to go to the DA, you're going to go to the prosecutor as a lawyer, as a high-end lawyer. You're going to say, hey, I need to know exactly what I'm going up against so I could calculate and I could combat it, right? So we're going to see what they actually have. We're going to see what they... Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Kirk.
You're forgetting one thing, Herb.
What's up?
When the feds come pick you up, they don't pick you up because they think they got something on you. These niggas, this is not the state. The feds
you
don't
are
even
right. But here's the thing,
they don't want to fuck their reputation up. When they pick you up, there's a 98% conviction rate.
Right, but when they get you, right, and the thing, this is why there's a 98 conviction rate or whatever the percentage is. It's because they use the law to the maximum that they can, which is they're going to try you and throw every single charge that they could throw at you. Remember,
because they have unlimited money and resources to do that.
Of course. So the thing that made me perk up my ears instantly was that they called it murder for hire versus charged him with murder. I have never seen a case where it is murder for hire. They would just charge you for murder. They would just say murder one.
Oh, that's not true.
No, think of any of the cases where, because you saying I'm trying to get this nigga for murder, premeditated murder, they're just gonna charge you with murder. How many cases have you thought of that you can remember where it's murder for hire?
No, but what about the people that get caught trying to get a hitman?
That is murder for hire because you're using an outside source. Okay, this is not that. This is your homeboys. These people that you know, and y'all committed a crime in furtherance. Remember, this is not under. This ain't a RICO. This ain't even a RICO. They don't even have this as a RICO.
Could they change it to that?
If they could, they would have made it a RICO. Which is why I'm put like this. They use that word for a very specific reason because they think that they have a better chance of getting murder for hire versus an actual murder one.
It wouldn't be. You have to do the murdering yourself.
No, you don't. That's the whole point of a RICO. Everything done.
No, we're not talking about a RICO.
That's why murder. They didn't charge him as a RICO.
No, but my point is murder one is premeditated and blah, blah, blah.
This is a premeditated murder.
But you got to do it.
No, you don't. You don't have to do it. You personally have to do it.
Want to be the, what they call it, associate to murder or something like that?
Accessory to the crime. Yeah. Again, they chose this versus doing a RICO because when you do a RICO, everything that you do can get applied to you whether you do it or not. That's what's happening to YSL. They chose it as a RICO.
But I'm sorry, but that was always meant for like organized crime.
This is organized crime because you're talking about OTF as a gang. So the fact that they're not charging this as a RICO and the fact that they're charging this as murder for hire, because remember, there's attempted murder for hire because they're trying to get him for Quando Wando. Then there's murder for hire for the person that was actually killed. There's the gun charge. There's all kinds of shit, and they're throwing so many things. But
they can't throw it at him, though, right?
That's the point. They're trying to squeeze him.
Oh. Well, I think he's smart. I think he's smart enough to understand you ain't got shit on him. Even with the snitch, apparently. Unless, like I said, unless they got something, he said this, and that. I was like, it don't sound like they got the nigga. It just sound like they know that murder came from that group. Honestly, all he have to do is have one homie be like, "Okay, I'll take this." That's it.
I don't think they would have picked him up because the way y'all making it sound like the case is weak.
No. The case is not weak by any stretch of the imagination. They have the cars, they have the video proof, they have all of that. However,
they said this nigga was even at the Airbnb that the niggas was staying at in Cali. Dirk was over there.
You could be over there, but Dirk was not in any of those two cars that was associated with the shooting itself. He wasn't in either car.
But the way they all they got to do is say the word conspiracy and it's over. You don't even have to be physically connected to the crime, but that conspiracy.
Yeah, but conspiracy is not going to get you 25 to life with the potentially for the death penalty. You know what I'm saying? Like this is
it won't.
So that's what I'm saying. When the reason why the feds get this conviction rate is not necessarily because they get you for what they want. They throw so much at you that you're willing to cooperate. And they're going to hit you with so many shit across your head that you're like, bruh, I got to do something. Because at the end of the day, you got two choices. Take it to trial or take a plea.
But that nigga don't take it to trial. He's too prideful.
Oh, he's taking it to trial.
Yeah, but from my understanding, like I said, unless you got some type of proof of him officially saying, I want that nigga dead, I want this and that, I don't think they can get him off of.
But that's why I said we have to wait to the actual case to actually see what they have. And this is going to be a super high profile case, right? We're going to get to the point where a lot of that stuff is going to leak, or a lot of certain things, little crumb things. Because again, the narrative is that they have him on wiretap, right? That's the narrative. It's not in the indictment, but they do have multiple conspirators. Somebody is snitching, because based off of how much information they do have, somebody's definitely telling.
No, well, and
that's not debatable.
In most of the situations, that's how they get you. There's somebody snitching, dog. Like, so you play a dirty game, you get dirty shit. And I hope this is the wake up call. I hope this is where you like, all right, dog. If he beats it, hopefully he does, bro. If he beats it, man, this is where he's like, all right, man, let me.
I don't think he's not beating it. He's going to jail. That is just for how long? That's the question. What is he going to jail for? He's going to jail.
Yeah, but let's say he walk away with 5 years or something like that. That's a win.
The only way this nigga is gonna walk away with less than 20 years is if he snitched.
Nah.
That's the only way.
You gotta prove that you know the nigga did that. It could be, honestly, it could be somebody in the group that was like, hey, man, I'm about to do this shit. And he just be like,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They wouldn't pick that nigga up if they didn't have all their checks and balances, bro. Like, they know
that's
this
not
nigga
true,
is part
brother.
of.
And the only reason is, like I said, they play a dirty game. Once you realize they play a dirty game, you like, yeah, he could be the person everybody know, and then there's somebody else that's controlling all the street shit. You know what I'm saying? It could be a situation like that. Like, there's a lot of different things that it could be. Like, a lot of the stars are just the face. Oh yeah, he the face, but there's another nigga that's down there really handling the street shit, and he could be the target. So it could be a lot of things, dog. And we don't know yet.
You know where these niggas fuck up though? These niggas fuck up because do you realize that whenever one of these rappers start doing some shit that's too close to white people, the feds act real quick. FBG got killed in the Chicago shopping district. The feds got on that shit ASAP. The fucking Julio got killed by close to the college campus, the Tampa College campus. They got on that shit real quick. Just like in California, when you bring that shit close to white people or too close to home for them, that's when they get on your ass. I guarantee if he killed them niggas in the hood or something, then it would have never got that deep.
I'm gonna say you right, but the problem is it depends on where. Like you said, white people. I don't think it's white. It's just white people. If you get too close to certain areas, like you kill somebody at a school. Yeah, it's predominantly white. But if you know Florida, if you kill somebody in Coral Springs versus you killing somebody in Deepside, that's a different thing. You go to what's that city next to Coral Springs? The richest
nigga try to kill somebody in Parkland.
Yes.
Good
Like
luck.
there's like you gotta understand there's certain places like you just can't get away with that. And it's not just because it's white, it's because it's upscale. Like they put money into security. Like the fucking cops are getting good amount of money because this is a different tax bracket over here.
Because whenever that crime rate, whenever you have a murder in a certain area that's very financially profitable, it brings down the property value. It brings down the money in that area because now you're making it seem dangerous over there. You're fucking up people's money. Once you fuck up their money, that's when they get on your ass.
And again, that's exactly why. And again, I'll give it this. The feds have been working, and they've been working for a long time because this happened in 2022. So they had to get all of their shit in order. It took 2 years to do this. And they wanted it because, like you guys said, they did this in an affluent area of California. They did it almost by the hills. There's the richest people in America live in Beverly Hills, nigga. Y'all spraying up a random street near Beverly Hills? and thought y'all was gonna get away with it in broad daylight and thought y'all was gonna get away with it, and y'all thought y'all got away with it for 2 years. They could have came for y'all a long time ago. They allow you to think that you got away with it. They want to get you at the time to embarrass you the most. And the reason why I say that is because they waited until Dirk announced that he was having a charity concert. His charity concert is in 2 days. Nah, nigga. Nah, nigga.
Was he having it down here?
No, it was going to be in Chicago. It was going to be in Chicago. Like, nah, nigga. Adios. Adios. Like, it's over. It's done. And they chose that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was by design because they wanted to embarrass you the most. They wanted you to think that, okay. And again, I knew Dirk knew this was coming. You know this is coming. Like, when you get to that level, when you have that kind of access, when you have that kind of legal team, your legal team, the part of having incredible lawyers is your lawyers are always looking you up. And your lawyers have sources about you, especially if you're in the streets, especially if you're a quote-unquote gangster rapper. They're always checking your background to see if something's on the way. This nigga knew this was coming.
Yeah, he knew it was coming. That's why he was in Florida trying to book some flights.
This nigga knew. He knew what it was.
He wasn't down there chilling with Kodak, for sure. What the fuck? When do we ever hear Dirk in Florida doing what?
Yeah, okay, so here's funny, because I actually wanted to have that conversation as in regards to Broward, not Dade, being the new hotspot for a lot of rappers.
Oh, when you in Broward jail, look what they doing to Melly. When you in Broward jail is becoming the most infamous jail in the world. Once you in that bitch, you ain't getting out.
No, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about as far as a lot of rappers come to Broward because they realize that Broward is the perfect space to be a rapper. Because, yeah, 100%. I'm telling you, there's a lot of rappers that come to Broward. You don't know. You don't give a fuck. But a lot of rappers be in Broward because you could drive to Dade, but you don't have to be in Dade.
Well, I would say that the reason why is because Broward is less dangerous than Dade.
I wouldn't say that. Broward is very dangerous.
Well,
the difference is that Broward is more laid back. So you could hang out in Broward, you could walk around in Broward, and you could be perfectly fine. So trust me, I've seen plenty of rappers at Sawgrass just minding their business.
Nah, Herb, I disagree. You know why they in Florida?
You can't disagree with me, nigga. This I'm telling you this based off of rappers saying that on fucking interviews, nigga. So there's nothing to disagree about.
On what level of rappers are we talking about? Like, local rappers?
I'm talking about rappers that Sexy Red is here all the fucking time. That's why she has a great relationship with Low Shimmy. Let me talk. You nigga, you in Houston, bro. Stay out of this conversation, nigga. You're not even out here no more. Stay out of this. You feel me? Sexy Red is here all the time. She did her fucking video right there, nigga, at the flea market for Shake Your Dreads.
I thought that was just one song.
No, but she's here all the time. That's why she did the video there. You know what I'm saying? Because she's here all the time. Like, she has multiple Broward rappers on her tour right now. Low Shimmy is on her tour.
Herb, the reason they're down there is because they feel like they can move around freely. And think about it, bro.
That's literally what I said, nigga.
No, but it's not. But it's not just because what you said. It's because, dog, in South Florida, everybody's shining. Everybody got money. You don't need to be a rapper. Like, there's nowhere else they can go and walk around with their jewelry and feel as safe because they're like a fucking spotlight is on them anywhere else. But when you're in South Florida, you blend in.
Right, but the difference is specifically why they like to be in Broward versus being in Dade. This is what multiple rappers who are not from here have said is this. One, it's way more laid back in Broward because you can't just walk around freely in Dade. Niggas be dick riding. Dade niggas are lame. Let's just call it like Dade niggas be dick riding. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, let's not do this.
This is what they say, bro. I'm just conveying a message that multiple rappers, again, and I'm gonna say it like this. There's a reason why when you see a lot of the young niggas, and again, I'm saying this from my personal experience because I've been listening to pretty much predominantly just up and coming Florida rappers. They're here. Lil Tyler is here all the time. Boss Man D-Lo is here all the time. Wiz Having, C Stunner, guys that y'all might not know that y'all not paying attention to, but I'm listening to these guys because I'm fans, one, and two, I support them because they're dope in my opinion, and three, I'm listening to their interviews when they're saying like, hey, I love Broward. Broward is super cool. The people in Broward are different from people in Dade. They vibing, they cool.
Are they around people that just don't know what level they are at?
They in the hood, nigga.
They in the hood?
Yes, nigga. Wiz Having just did a video in Lauderhill, bro. Like it's called. If you want to watch it, it's called A Street Nigga, bro. He's on the Gucci Man beat.
But he may not. My point is, he may not be big enough to like where everybody.
Dirk is in Broward, bro. Dirk got arrested in Broward, bro. Like
yeah, but I also remember when he was in what's that place off of Sunrise and all that other stuff, like past 27th Ave or whatever, like. He was in that neighborhood. He was in that neighborhood talking about, oh, we in Miami, and everybody had to check him. Like, nah, bro, you in Broward.
Yeah, but I understand. I understand how a nigga from Chicago who doesn't know the difference can say that, make that mistake.
I feel like if you really a star, you can't walk freely, or you're just around white people. You telling me
we're not talking about stars. We're talking about rappers, bruh. That black people will know. Like
I don't know none of the niggas you name.
Only the niggas the niggas who know them would know them and will react to them because these are street rappers. Most hood niggas are gonna know them. The difference is what they say. A lot of rappers say. Again, why are y'all arguing with me? I'm just telling y'all what they say here, bro.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying when you say I see him at Sawgrass. Sawgrass, when I go there. Mostly Caucasian people.
True,
and I can
but
see
again,
them
that's how.
by.
Again, they're basing that based off of I could go to Sawgrass and be anonymous versus me going to Aventura, which has a bunch of Caucasian people too, and there's people that's acting crazy and stuff like that. Again, y'all making a face. I'm just relaying a message, bro. Why are you trying to argue with me about a nigga's experience, bro? Like
no, but I feel like a lot of when I go to Aventura, I don't feel like a lot of niggas would know them too, bro.
That's you. That's what they say. All I'm doing is relaying a message. Okay, they said that when they're in Miami, niggas in Miami act different, and which is true. Like I know Miami niggas as super close as we are to each other. A Broward nigga and a Dade nigga is different. There's a reason why most rappers like to be in Broward because the way that they interact with people and the way that people interact with them is something that they enjoy. So they like to be here. If they know they got to do a show in Miami, they don't stay in Miami. They don't hang out in Miami. Yeah, they don't be in Miami. They do their show in Miami and they come back to Broward.
Yeah, but Miami's way more grimier, way more disgusting. Like like anyone with sense, unless you are willing to play the luxury tax.
But Miami also has South Beach. You don't have to be in Miami. You don't have to hang out in Miami. You don't have to be in Miami.
Everybody know, okay, South Beach, tourist, beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Go over the bridge, shit ain't sweet no more, bro. And that's Miami. You know what I'm saying? To a lot of us. So I can understand where I'm going to go to Broward. And yeah, we got our hoods, but in Broward, you got a bunch of places you could just stay low-key at, fam. Versus Miami.
And Broward, you could just disappear, to be honest.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know.
Again, go ahead.
Let me ask y'all boys this: Why are we not celebrating Dirk and going to prison? To be honest?
Listen, I was getting to that. Like that's the point that I wanted to make, and this is the point I don't want to get lost. This is okay. I'm not going to say this as a fact, but I do believe that there is a reckoning going on with a lot of these people who are tired of these niggas using their record labels to enact violence in these communities. And I need shit like this to happen because I want a course correction to happen in hip hop where the reason why the big three of the previous generation are still where they're at is because they represented what hip hop was ultimately supposed to be. Extremely talented individual speaking about their experiences. But these niggas wasn't becoming gangsters and being on this other shit. Like, we got so far removed from the center point. You had your gangster rap, you had your conscious rap, but there was a healthy balance in hip hop. That balance, that scale, for whatever reason, and again, I am a part of it. I be listening to some conscious rappers. I'm like, man, you whack, bro. I'm like, ain't nobody trying to hear this shit.
And that's the biggest. And that's the biggest problem. A lot of motherfuckers choose negativity.
It's not that we choose. And me, I'll say a lot of people do choose negativity. For me, a lot of niggas who be preaching positive shit, they just whack, bro. I don't want to hear them. Them niggas is garbage.
Are they whack because they whack, or
they whack because they whack, bro?
No,
I'm sorry.
nah.
J. Cole is not whack. J. Cole preaches positivity. He's dope. A lot of
and you telling me there's only J. Cole?
No, I'm telling you that I listen to Rhapsody. I listen to Little Sims. There's a lot of people I listen to who are conscious rappers, and they're dope.
Okay.
There's two problems though. Problem one, they're not promoted the same way.
No, but there's also they're dope to you. But a lot of motherfuckers would be like, that's whack.
And that's the problem. Two, we have to, as consumers, take part in this. A lot of people want to blame record labels. Record labels are always going to chase where the money is. They don't give a fuck what music is popping. It's a symbiote. It is hand in hand. It's 50-50. Yes, record labels are promoting negativity, but the reason why they're promoting negativity is because negativity sells. We see it with the Shade Room. We see it with the T Report. We see it in
why doesn't it sell in other communities?
It does sell. Yes, it does sell in other communities.
It ain't the same, Herbie.
It's not the same.
You don't hear no Jewish people.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What was one of the biggest shows on MTV during its heyday? Fucking Jersey Shore. That was nothing but negativity.
No. But I'm not talking about them just getting on TV arguing and fighting. The record labels sell music of us murdering each other
because that is what is being made. Like we're giving them the music. Like
yeah, but what other groups put out murdering their own people?
We're the only ones that do it. So if that's what we're providing and that's what we're turning into these record labels, then they're gonna promote it. Like I don't know how can you blame the record label for that, bro? Like you can blame the record label for actively finding people that are making that music, but if the music sells, the music sells. Again, this wasn't. Blame them? Wait.
If I was a rapper,
curve. Let me get this point in. And then I'll let you go ahead and reply. The reason why you cannot blame them, from my perspective, is that this trend is only a small portion of the history of hip hop.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No.
If you want to go to the 80s, how many negative rappers were in the 80s? How many gangster rappers were in the 90s? How many gangster rappers in the 2000s?
And the 90s.
This is recent. They were always pushing whatever sold, man. You had...
Okay, Herb. If I was a rapper, you saying that the record labels have nothing to do... I
never said the record labels have nothing to do with it. I literally said it's 50-50.
No, but you're saying that they're only putting out what sells. That's not true, because if I was a rapper and I made a song about killing Jews, would they push it? No. They're going to sell like hell.
I think it depends if it's sold.
If it's sold, it's good.
If it's sold, then...
Nah, come on, y'all boys.
No, we being serious. I'm being dead ass serious. I do believe it's a business and they move business-like. It's only because it's sold.
But in order for you to know if it's going to sell is by putting it out there. They won't even give it a chance to know if it sells because they don't want to put that community out there like that.
But let's say it was like what's that song? What's that first Drake song? The first one that popped. Best I Ever Had.
Best I Ever Had.
Let's say it was that, and it was, you put it out independently, and it continued to grow, and it continued to grow, and it continued to grow. Even without them making money off of it, but they see how successful it is. And they could probably make a campaign about, it's a hate song and blah, blah, blah. But at some point, right, if the music keep going out and people are buying it, I do believe eventually they'll get on the way, bro. Because that's what it is.
But listen to what y'all saying. Even if I wanted to put it out independently, how am I going to put a song about killing Jews on these apps like YouTube, Apple Music, and even if it's independent, as soon as it starts growing, they're going to flag it.
To me, that's a completely different argument, because now you're arguing that's a straw man. That's a false equivalency, because if you listen to country artists are talking about killing people. They're not talking about it. They're not making drill music. You feel me? They're
It's
talking
not
about,
as vulgar.
It's not as vulgar, but the content is the content, and it's getting pushed, right? Yes, if you really want to be serious, there is not going to be a song about killing Jews get promoted. There's too many people that are Jewish that run these companies that would make sure that that shit never sees the light of day. Yeah, but that's a huge extreme, right? Like, drill music is worldwide. There's Russian drill. There's German drill. These are white people, predominantly white countries or European countries or Euro, Caucasian people that inhabit them countries. They're not talking about killing niggas. They're not drilling. Who else could they be drilling? They could be drilling by other white people, bruh. So it's getting promoted.
What white nation? What white country is doing white drill?
I think you're just looking at it in
Go
the
on
eyes of
YouTube and put
America.
Russian drill right now, bro. Go on YouTube and put Russian drill.
Chinese drill. Like there's out there. It's out there. Like you're sitting and seeing.
Yeah, but
it.
let's be honest. You may find it on YouTube, but I guarantee you
it's not finding it on YouTube. There's millions upon millions of views for these songs and these artists.
Yeah, but it's not directly affecting Russian. Russian kids are not going out there drilling each other because of the music.
You don't know that.
How would you know that? Man?
You don't know
been
that.
to Russia?
Bro, you really think Russians are drilling each other in the street in Russia?
Yes.
You think Putin allowing that
Yes.
shit? Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
There's no gangs in Russia.
Nobody care about.
There's
You're
no
wrong.
gangs in Russians, but there's people
Mafias.
there's mafias. There's like all kinds of stuff that there's all types of different. It's just a different
Nah,
perspective.
you sound like you in a box, man. You can't see shit from outside of the box, dog.
Y'all talking about a dictator, a dictator nation. Their society is nowhere near America's society.
You don't know that, bro. You ain't been there. You been there?
But okay.
Hey, whoa. Once you say that, that's where I sit there. You think there's freedom? You think you free here?
No, you free enough to kill niggas and make rap about it and become famous.
And it's over there. It's over there. You don't know about it, but come on, bro. What are you talking about,
bro?
The fact that it exists. The fact that it exists. Yeah.
You think the average Russian is able to own guns like we do and kill each other like we do?
Apparently.
That's a different argument. Though.
Apparently. They're killing each other over there.
And again, I don't want to go into the social economics of Russian drill versus American drill. All I'm saying is there was a balance in hip hop. It wasn't all promoted. Again, the record labels promoted LL Cool J. The record labels promoted Nas. The record labels promoted Jay. The record labels promoted DMX. The record labels promoted Mace. I just listened to Mace's first 2 albums. Nigga wasn't talking about killing anybody. Like, he was just talking about flossing. They promoted whatever sold. Along the way, drill music became incredibly popular, and it is a chicken before the egg. What is having more of an effect? Was it drill music increasing the amount of drill that was actually happening in real life, or was it? Go ahead.
No, but the only reason I cut you off, it ain't strictly just drill, bro. There's always been gangster music, and when you count,
but let me just say this: the reason why I specifically say drill music is because what it is that is getting popularized across a lot of different pockets, especially with young people or young rappers, I should say, it is drill music specifically. It is not gangster rap. It's drill music. There's a difference. To me, gangster rap is 50 Cent, which is somebody talking about the streets. Drill music is saying, I'm trying to slide on my ops for 90% of their content. That's drill music. And that's what a lot of these young dudes that are doing. And again, not all of them, but a lot of them are just making music saying, I'm sliding on my ops. I'm doing this. I'm sliding on my ops, talking about the stuff that they're doing in the streets. That's what makes it drill music. One, gangster music is a reflection. Drill music is just talking about killing. And that's what a lot of this music is right now.
Y'all boys being in Florida, let's be honest. Do Floridians really listen to drill music?
No.
Florida niggas don't listen to drill music. Here's my point about this. The only places where drill music flourishes is in Democrat-run cities. I mean, I'm not cities. I'm sorry, Democrat-run states.
So if drill music isn't hot in Texas, bro, come on, be for real, bro. Stop it.
Bro, there's no drilling in Texas going on.
There's no drilling in Texas?
There's no Texas drill.
But there's no drilling in Texas.
ain't drilling in Texas.
So niggas is not sliding the ops in Texas.
No,
Niggas
I'm
is not
saying
sliding
that-
ops in Florida.
I think we're talking too
No,
general.
what I'm saying is, yeah, you may have a murder here or two. A
Murder here or two in Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas. There's 100% drill music. See, you're in Houston. It might not be drill music in Houston. Dallas has a significant drill scene. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, but niggas ain't fucking walking around with extended clips, fucking putting 800 bullet holes in
all
cars.
right, bro. You go to work. You go to work. You go home and you be with your kids, bro. You're not actually outside of Houston, bro. Houston has a drill scene. Texas has a drill scene. Dallas 100% has a drill scene. That's how Mo 3 died, bro. What are you talking about?
Hey, wait, isn't Texas an open carry state?
That's an open carry state. That's one of the open carry states.
Do you
hear 100% niggas go to Walmart with fucking motherfucking AKs, bro? What are you talking about, bro?
Bro, I don't hear when I turn on the news, the 5 o'clock news, bro. I don't tend to hear fucking cars getting hit up with 100 bullets here in Texas. Any of them.
But do you expect to always hear about every murder, every gang murder, every?
No,
like
I do hear of the crime like any other city has crime. But what I'm saying is, to the extent that you hear it in Chicago and Philadelphia and a lot of these other blue cities, you don't hear that here. We don't have those.
Kervin, are you mad? Kervin, you just say you MAGA, bro. You just MAGA, bro. That's all it is,
bro.
You sound so close minded, man. It's unbelievable. Because to have the belief that niggas are not dying, niggas are not in war against each other in anywhere where there's niggas. And you know there's crime with niggas.
Not like Chicago.
It don't have to be like Chicago, fam. I'm from Pompano. I don't know much, but I'll never sit there and be like, oh shit, niggas is not out there killing each other. That'd be retarded, fam.
They are killing.
So that's the point.
No, but it's not drill. It's not the same thing.
Okay, so all right, put it like this. The top 10 most dangerous cities in America. You want to know what's number 10? Houston, nigga. So what are you talking about, bro? Houston is more dangerous than Orlando, Milwaukee, Baltimore, Atlanta, Stockton, New York, Phoenix, LA. Houston is number 10, bruh. Houston is 10 spots above of Miami.
I think he just stuck on the music. That's it. Like, since he ain't hear it, it's not there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think it is.
Bro, you go to work, you go home, you kiss your wife, you kiss your kids, bro. You are just completely like removed from what's actually going on in the city that you inhabit. Because there's no way you're gonna act like Houston ain't really getting cracking like that, right? Like cracking.
I believe the only reason why Houston's on that list is because the population of Houston is so large. Of course, we're gonna have a large crime rate.
Nigga, you're above LA. You don't have a bigger population than LA with all the gangs in LA. Like, stop it.
I'm talking about the severity. Yes.
Stop it.
Oh, and I ain't really got no cash on. I'm talking about the severity of the way crimes are committed. That's what I'm talking about, not the occurrence of crime.
How would you know, fam?
Because if you go on Google right now and you type in Chicago shooting, you're gonna hear 7 niggas died on Tuesday, 15 people got shot, Monday night. You don't see these headlines.
No,
in Houston, you see.
Okay, bro. And I'm only gonna say this because it is honestly mad annoying, fam. You don't keep up with shit. You wouldn't know if 7 niggas died today in Houston, bro.
But I would be able to go on Google and I type in.
Who the
Houston
fuck
shooting.
is looking that up in Google, bro? Like, you gotta be a mean weirdo to just be like, I wonder how many niggas died in my city today, bro.
But
who's
it's being
doing
reported,
that?
Though. But if you go, but
not all the time.
So the reason why I say it's not going to always be reported, for 6 months, Broward had a higher crime rate than Dade this year. For the past 2 years, actually. There's points in times where Broward is very dangerous. So when you guys were saying that people come to Broward because it's more chill and it's not as dangerous, I didn't really want to argue, but I knew that going into it. And damn, I lost my train of thought. But the reason why I say that is because, there we go. That's what I was going to say. You wouldn't know that unless you actually follow the news and you actually look stuff up, because it's not actually getting reported on Channel 6, Channel 7, whatever. A lot of these news stations are incentivized to keep a narrative going because they want people to think that about certain places. So when you see Houston the crime is getting underreported, is because they don't want Houston to seem as if it is the 10th most dangerous city in America.
So
unless you look that up.
So you think the news in Chicago is putting out that Chicago got shootings every day?
No,
because
I think that people assume that Chicago is worse, a lot worse than a lot of places. So they're going to keep that image of Chicago consistent.
What?
Why? For what reason?
Where was Chicago
Because
on
that's
that
what
list?
you expect. So because that's what you expect. Like
that don't make sense, Herb.
How does that not make sense? You didn't.
Because why would
the reason
why
why?
would
No. The reason why it makes sense is because if I asked you before I told you, you would have never said that Houston is the 10th most dangerous city in America. You wouldn't have said that. So how does it not make sense? Like
because
nigga, Chicago ain't even in the top 10, bruh.
It's not in the top 10?
It's not in the top 20.
Oh, that's wild.
So,
well, but
because the way they're doing it, it is crime per capita. Crime out of 1,000 people that habitate that are in that city. So that's how they're judging it on this right here. Memphis is the most dangerous city in America, according to this, because out of 100,000, there's 98 crimes out of 100,000 people, bro. So in a very compact area, there's a bunch of crime. They're doing it by percentage. They're doing it by a percentage.
Well, crime is crime.
Crime is crime.
Like Chicago is just murder.
It is. Well,
they're just known for murder. At least it's not like shit got stolen or blah 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 scam shit like that. Where's Miami? Miami gotta be
number 20.
Oh, okay. Is Fort Lauderdale in there?
I mean, I don't know if they count them both.
Nah, they should. It's different cities, bro. But back to what you said, it's not inconceivable when you talk about the difference in Broward beating them from crimes for half the year or whatever. I'm just saying, for the most part, what it looked like or what's the narrative about, certain places. In Miami, bro, that's scam capital, dog. You gotta get scammed, bro. If you walk into Miami not prepared, not knowing what it was, just thinking shit is sweet. People bust a lick in Miami all the time. So I can see where, all right, bro, I'm not gonna go to Miami, or I'm not gonna stay in Miami. Let me go to Broward. You know what I'm saying?
And I have it to where it's the most dangerous, which is violent crime. Number 10 is Indianapolis, Indiana. Number 9 is Albuquerque, New Mexico. Number 8 is Stockton, California. Number 7 is Cleveland, Ohio. Number 6 is Milwaukee. Number 5 is Kansas City. Number 4 is Memphis. Number 3 is Baltimore. Number 2 is Detroit. Number 1 is St. Louis. Chicago's not even in the top 10. But you would have assumed it was number 1. Because why? Like I said,
narrative.
It is narrative. It's narrative driven. You expect Chicago to be the most dangerous city, so it's going to be reported on like it's the most dangerous city because they want the narrative to be consistent. So you can't.
It's like, why would the city even allow that? Because it brings bad business to the city. Because,
nigga, news is news, nigga. You gotta understand, a lot of these news companies are all under one umbrella. Fox, just because it's Fox Chicago, Fox 8 Chicago versus it being Fox 7 Fort Lauderdale, it's still Fox, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still.
So do you think the city of Chicago, the mayors and all that, are upset that?
Absolutely, they're upset because they can't fight against that. They want you to watch the news. That's viewership. That's ratings. You're more inclined to watch the news if, hey, how bad is Chicago? Let me go on and look up Chicago news. And Chicago news is just going to tell you how bad Chicago is. Because that's what you expect.
And every now and then I go on Google and I put in Chicago news and the first thing I see is murder. I said, God damn.
Yeah, but again, what did I just say? You went to it because subconsciously you want that to be consistent. You only looked it up because you wanted to see what kind of murder happened in Chicago. That's why you looked it up. And they gave you what you wanted.
that's only benefiting the news network. It doesn't benefit the city at all.
The city ain't got control of that, bro. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I just gave you two different lists. Chicago wasn't in the top 10 of either one. You wanted highest crime rate, and that's all crime. Your city is in it. You wanted dangerous, which is considered violent crime. Chicago wasn't in the top 10. It wasn't in the top 20 on crime. It wasn't in the top 10 on dangerous crime or violent crime. As crazy as it sounds, based off of what we know and what we've been told about Chicago, it didn't make the top 10, bro. So I don't know what you want me to do with that. I can only give you the information that's out there. You can argue it if you want. That's on you, bro.
I would admit it's an interesting perspective because when I do hear people say I'm moving to Chicago, and I'd be like, why the fuck would you do that? They keep telling me all the great things about Chicago, but in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to believe it because in my mind, Chicago is a fucking wasteland. But apparently, there's a lot of great things in Chicago.
Wait, Chicago's one of the like mega cities, bro. It's like Miami. It's like New York City. It's like there's a lot of money to be made. One of the biggest markets. You know what I'm saying? So like you can make some money in Chicago. When we talk about murder and all that, that's just the hood. Granted, I would imagine there's scammers up there too. Wherever the money at, you gotta get scammed. You know what I'm saying? But like when we talk about all the murder and killing, it's poverty where it's happening. It's not happening in the upscale communities and all that other stuff, which Chicago is also known for. You know what I'm saying? So
there's people who've been to Chicago. Like Chicago is next on my list, and I've seen it from multiple people. Kev on stage said from all the cities he's been to, Chicago has the best looking and most beautiful downtown and the most beautiful skyline. I've seen videos and pictures of Chicago. Chicago, the downtown is fucking gorgeous. So we can't allow that bubble, that pocket of Chicago to override everything else that Chicago has to offer. You know what I'm saying? But again, the news thinks that you want to hear about negativity when it comes to Chicago, so they're going to give you that. Because that's what you're led to believe. There were at times where Chicago was the most dangerous city in America, 100%. But for the past 2 years, it's not in the top 10.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Are you guys voting this year?
Am I voting this year? No, I'm not voting this year.
Wow.
I plan to.
Who are you voting for?
I'm not voting for necessarily the presidency. I'm voting for Amendment 4 where they can take away abortion and stuff like that.
You say you're voting for abortion?
Yeah.
So you're voting for Kamala Harris?
I'm not voting for I just told you I'm not voting for nobody, bro. I'm literally
going to
vote
for nobody.
Because I don't care.
You don't have to vote for a president. You know you can leave that blank, right? You can vote for whatever you want to vote for. People think you have to vote for the presidency.
Hey, listen. Wait. And let's be serious. And this is my honest opinion, bro. America going down the train. Let's not give them an excuse to put a black face to that. Let's have Trump win and let it go down the drain. Kamala, that's what they're going to be like, oh, when America finally go down, they got to blame her. They be like, oh, that's what we get for voting a nigga in the house and all that.
Kamala is not black.
Okay, how is she not black, dog? Let me hear this, bro.
Bro,
bro.
She may not be a nigga, but she got melanin, bro.
Her mom ain't black, bro.
No. What I'm saying is, bro, if you go to India right now, you'll see.
So she's 100%. She's 100% Indian. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying she's 100% Indian.
So what is she? What is she? What is her mom and what is her dad, bro?
No, to be fair, I'm with the people that say she's not black, in the sense that
she went to a black college. She pledged a black community college. Like, come on, dog. Herbie, she did that before she knew she was going to be anywhere in politics, bro.
I don't care about that.
You can't say you don't care because you're trying to make it seem like
No.
If you want to say she code switches, that's fine.
No, I'm not talking about code switches. I'm talking about being part of the culture. When people
How are you not part of the culture when you, as a person with a black parent,
you never seen Oreos,
that went to a black college,
you never seen Oreos,
a black friend.
You never seen Oreos just be around niggas. You never seen
I don't
that,
know.
Right?
I've never met an Oreo that's in a fucking fraternity, a black fraternity. I've never met one. And I lived there for 5 years. I lived in a place that has multiple ones. I know plenty of them. I've never met an Oreo that pledged a black college. Have you met one?
Huh?
Have you met an Oreo that pledged a black frat?
No. So? What we getting at? Like
This lady grew up in
I'm with her
fucking
not
Canada.
being part of the culture, so I understand when people say, "Oh, she's not a nigga, she's not black." I get that. I'm not saying
Based on what?
just
Based
because
on what?
her marrying a cracker, her being who she is. You know what I'm
But
saying?
she was raised by an Indian woman, full blown Indian.
It don't matter, brother. I don't care. I'm not on. Oh man, she's just not like she got melanin. She's black, bro. I get that, but I'm talking about she's not part. She's not a nigga, man. Like nah, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's
All right.
That's what I'm
her
saying.
dad is alive, and her dad won't even come out to defend her.
All
They
right,
act like this
man.
nigga is
All
dead.
right, man. All right, man.
Why won't this? All this shit. Why won't her?
All right, let's
dad
go.
come out and
No.
fix
Fuck
something?
all that shit. Let's just get to what you're finna say, Kermit. What point were you trying to make, bro?
What I'm trying to make, man. Listen, I honestly believe, bro, there's a revolution going on with black people where we're no longer a group of people who is being bamboozled into voting one way every single 4 years.
You're
Just
right.
because they
You're
just
right.
because they
You're
bring out
just
the y'all
you've
spending
just
and
become
immigrant-
being bamboozled to vote for people that are going to make rich people way richer and poor people who are predominantly black and brown
Bro,
more
bro,
broke.
What's
Like,
the
so-
difference? You think she
Bro.
got
No.
changed up?
I'm saying
Wait a
that
minute,
that's the
wait a
thing.
minute,
That's the
man.
point that I'm trying to make. There's a lot of
do you-
black men and a lot of black people who, again, I'm not arguing anybody who you vote for whoever the fuck you want. Just understand what this particular person, not the party.
How
This
did Kamala
person.
how did Kamala Harris raise
No,
$1 billion?
fuck Kamala Harris. Tell me what you're voting for. If you're voting for Donald Trump, what are you voting for specifically?
Dog, first off, we need someone with a pair of nuts to handle these wars that's going on around the world. Do people really trust Kamala Harris going toe to toe with China and Russia and Iran and North Korea? This cackling bitch is excuse my language, but this laughing tramp, dog, this girl is weak. They're gonna run circles around us. Look at the wars that's going on around us since Biden and Kamala been in office.
What
That's
does that have to
number
do
one.
with black people? Like,
Because there's a lot of black people in the armed forces, and then two, if they have to implement a draft, a lot of black children is going to end up going into this draft. So, and my thing is, we're so much closer to World War III because Kamala and Biden don't
man,
put
this
fear
nigga be
in
on
nobody's
Fox
heart.
News all day, right? This nigga be on Fox News. What are you saying right now, bro?
Y'all don't see the world's on fire.
Curvin, I literally said I'm not voting for either party. I came out the gate and said that. I am not a Kamala fan. I will argue that, and she is a part of the culture. We could disagree. We could agree to disagree, but that's where it
She's definitely not
stops.
part of the culture.
Again, that's according to you. You've never met her. You've never had a conversation with this lady, bro.
Bro, she
Like,
grew up in Canada.
okay. And again, she went to a black college, pledged a black fraternity,
That's all people
and
have.
hung
That's
out
all
with.
she has.
That's a
Just
huge
because she
part
has
of her
black friends.
fucking formative years, and who she's
Because
hung
she has-
with, who she's
because-
aligned with, the people, the relationship that she's built for years. They're going on decades. You think she stopped talking to people that's in her fucking frat? You think she stopped talking to people in her line? What are you
was
niggas talking
blocking-
about, bruh?
She was locking up niggas in California.
That is
and District
again, another fucking lie. You niggas could use the fucking internet. She didn't lock up a bunch of niggas. She wasn't that strong on niggas. She actually advocated and set up programs for black men. You niggas don't fucking look shit up. That's the fucking problem. Cap why? Because you saw, because
Is
you
that
didn't say it
Dom
on Fox News.
What?
Oh wait. We got Dom. I got to get my boy in, bro. Hold on. Dom, you are on the podcast. You're alive. Don't say nothing that you will regret. My bad. That's why I was calling you, bro. You are alive. We got Kervin. We need somebody that also lives in Houston. We're having a political debate, so this is perfect time. I don't know how much time you have. Do you have time to speak for a couple minutes or not? Yes or no? If not, you feel me? We can revisit the conversation.
Nah, for the homies anytime. Go ahead.
First things first. Right now we're slap dead. We're having a conversation, or we're having a debate in regards to Kamala Harris's blackness, bro. These niggas are arguing that she's not a part of the culture. I said this lady is a part of a black frat. You think she just stops talking to black people when she got her degree? Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, but again, I don't really want to have that argument. I don't even want to waste your time with that specific part of the argument, right? There's two things that I want to have you on, which is why I called you. One.
Hey, but Herb,
go ahead.
Hang on. I'm actually going to have to call you back. I'm getting my car working on real quick, so it's the Bluetooth is shifting in and out.
Okay, all right, you good.
Oh, no, but just please, keep the ignorance low.
Wait, Kamala. I mean, hey, before you leave, Don, who you going for?
You know who I'm voting for.
Trump? All right. That's what I'm talking about. My dog.
Y'all some N-words. I don't mean that in no nice way.
All right, just call me back. If we're recording,
you know what? I'm gonna call back. I'm gonna call back.
All right.
Bye. We gotta make America great one more time, man.
Okay. All right. So again, what are you? And again, I'm not trying to chastise you. Vote for whoever the fuck you want to vote. I just want to know what. Okay, what in detail are you voting for, Kervin? You said wars. You said right, relations with other nations. What else?
Yeah, one thing is relations with other nations. The other thing is energy independence. The reason why we have these the food prices and the inflation is so high is because of all this goddamn wasteful spending and shit that they doing on this fucking border with all these immigrants and shit. And then on top of that, what they call it, they're cutting back on the energy sources that we have here in the U.S. They don't want to drill, they don't want to frack. You know, they're depending on.
You know that. Let me ask you a question. You know that Joe Biden drilled more than what's his name did in his entire presidency, right?
That's false. Because when he first became president, he cut off. No, when he first became president, one of his key legislation was he cut off one of the biggest pipelines of oil that the U.S. had. He cut it off. So we were dependent on foreign oil for the longest.
So why under his presidency they've made more drilling sites than they ever had under Trump? Answer the question.
Where do you hear this? Where do you hear this?
You have all of this information on the internet, bro. Just look. Put Joe Biden drilling. That's all you gotta do. Just go put Joe Biden drilling.
Of course, all that propaganda.
This man say propaganda.
Well, I don't. To be fair, Herbie.
God, bro.
No, to be fair, Herbie.
This man came out with an energy bill, bro. An energy bill that he spent trillions of dollars on green energy. He's not about drilling. He's about electric cars and shit that we don't have the infrastructure for.
No,
he want all electric.
The biggest donor for Donald Trump is the nigga that makes Tesla, right? You know that, right? Right? Of course. $42 million a year. You don't think that nigga's more incentivized than anybody to get Trump to do things for electric cars? What are you niggas talking about, bro?
Right. He's not gonna. Trump is. First off, he didn't ask Elon Musk to endorse him. Elon Musk endorsed Trump because he didn't like the way.
No. Right here. E-News Politico. This is if you want to go, what's it called? President Joe Biden entered the White House promising to end drilling on public lands. Instead, he presided over a record boom in U.S. oil production. You niggas don't use the fucking internet, bro. Like,
that's lies, bro.
Why is it a lie? I have multiple. This is from the Washington Post. I have one for the Washington Post.
The Washington Post is a Democratic news organization.
Oh my God. Oh, everything. Okay, put it like this. It's just not on the shit that you follow because the shit that you follow doesn't want you to actually know that. CNN.
So why is inflation? Why is inflation so high?
Why is inflation? Because of fucking COVID and because these companies knew that they could charge more. Once you charge a certain price, you're not going to go back down because you know that the consumer is willing to pay that. There is a reason why the gas companies made record profits. There's a reason why so many of these companies are making record profits because they know they could charge you, bro. It's because of COVID, dog. Yes. Right. If you want to say that it is a bad look and it was a waste of money to send all that money to Ukraine, that is where I'm with you 100%. I know why they sent that money to Ukraine. A lot of people don't know why they sent that money to Ukraine, but there's a strong possibility that Donald Trump would have done the same thing because that is a country that the fucking U.S. has been trying to keep control of, going all the way back to the first George Bush, who was a Republican president. So there's a lot of information that a lot of people don't understand. If you want to say I'm voting for Trump because I believe in small business, I believe in getting more money from my taxes and a lot of stuff like that, cool. You niggas need to realize that the reason why y'all not getting taxes now is because of that bill that he did with fucking Ron Paul. A lot of niggas don't know that. That's why you ain't getting shit on your taxes now, but cool, whatever, fine. Cool. But don't say that. Don't talk to me about drilling, bro, when you can literally look this information up, Kirby, bro. Come on, dog. Like, we too old for this, bro.
You're blaming the disaster of the economy from COVID.
No, yes. If the answer is COVID, yes. Like, we would never understand what not being able to work as an entire country. Again, if you want to blame the fact that Republicans and Democrats disagreed on getting back to work, which was a huge disagreement, and ultimately the Republicans were right about that, unequivocally, we should have been back to work a lot quicker. Yeah. But pretty
much, you're admitting that the Biden administration did a poor job handling the post-COVID economy.
Of course. Okay,
so why the hell? Okay, so that means Trump probably would have done a better job.
I don't know that because Trump was in charge during COVID. Y'all act, this is the craziest part about people. Y'all act like he was never the president. Like, this is his first time. Like, this is his first time for more.
Was he good?
Yeah, 2020. Biden didn't become a president till 2021. Remember, he won the election in 2020 November, but he got signed into office in January 2021. Donald Trump was the president during COVID.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So,
no, but the thing is, though, he was doing his best to, keep shit working, but everybody crushed him and make him sound like he was crazy.
He gave niggas $1,500.
I'm not talking about the money.
Fucked us up.
I'm not talking about the money.
I get what you're saying,
I'm
but
talking
again,
about he did everything. Okay, you got sick, whatever. Come back to work. He did his best. Fuck it. They crushed him. They made him sound like he was an idiot, and then eventually
did something that
they said he was right.
That is fucked us right now.
No, but that was gonna
like
happen
this,
anyway,
man.
bro.
Go ahead.
We've seen something that never happened to the world in so long, and they expected Donald Trump to handle this thing within the first 8 months perfectly. He didn't even know what was going on. This was new. So it's like, for people to blame him for not handling COVID is disingenuous. It doesn't make any sense. Now,
I'm not blaming him for not handling COVID. I'm just making it seem like y'all got to see the man for 4 years. Like, you've seen what he was capable of. What he was capable of, and what let me get this in. The only thing that he did really was make it so rich people get richer. Because he's a fucking capitalist. That's all he did. If you have a small business, he's your guy. If you're somebody who's rich, he's your guy. Because he made a lot of tax breaks for his rich friends. That's literally all he did for 4 years. Kervin, tell me one thing that he did for you. For you. No. Okay. Tell me one thing he did for you in those 4 years.
But I have to get this one point out before I say this. Whenever I hear this argument, it makes me pull my hair out because, bruh, under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the gap between the rich and the poor has gotten so wide. Bruh, the only people who benefited the last 3 years is the rich. The poor got even
oh my God. Okay, let me ask you a question. You do know, because people just think about the president, right? You know there's a whole house. There's a Senate. If I, as a president, make a legislation and it goes into effect, the next president is working to reverse that. Again, I think both parties are trash. I'm not trying to defend Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. They are a huge reason why the country is in the shape it is now. I'm not denying none of that. But at the same time, you don't become a president and completely flip something, especially when you don't have the House in your favor. There is the bullshit. Go ahead.
You know what's going to kill your whole argument about the rich thing? Because the tax Trump cuts expire January of 2025. if Kamala Harris becomes president, and because the Trump, I'm telling you, those tax cuts helped a lot of middle class and poor people. That's why they kept them in within their whole presidency. They didn't want to get rid of the Trump tax cut. That's why when they say Trump only for the rich, it makes no sense. Because in my view, when the rich win, everybody wins. Because when the rich win, they create more jobs for us.
That's
they
not
create more
true.
incentives for us.
That's
true.
definitely not true. Not now, especially not now.
Bro.
You believe in
When the rich
Reaganomics,
lose-
bro. Bro, I can't bro. You out of control. When the rich get richer, they fucking burn their money on a new Lamborghini or some shit, bro. They don't give it to poor people.
Bruh,
The fuck
The
are you
rich
talking
are
about,
the ones
dog?
who they're the ones who create all these jobs.
You want to
If they're
know?
doing that, why do you think all these 7-Elevens and all these businesses are closing down under the Biden administration? Because they're not doing good. They're not doing as good as we think they're doing good. They're moving all their businesses
Nobody
overseas
think
and shit.
nobody. No. Let's not do that. Listen, the reason why everybody closing down is because nobody got money, bro. Niggas is losing jobs, and they might be losing jobs to AI. So like the shit is happening, bro, and I get that, but let's not be like, man, he gotta save the economy. Granted, everybody was making money, for his term. Yeah, that's what happened, but
Listen, if you want to tell me about Donald Trump and you want to tell me he's for the everyman, you can't tell me that his biggest lender is the number one person that is trying to usher in an era of automation, which he's never made any points in saying that he's going to stop, slow down, or prevent. His biggest lender is giving him $42 million a year or a month, whatever the fuck it is, in the name of Elon Musk, who's just getting paraded for having his own robots, bro. Like, both parties don't care about the little person, dog.
they don't, fam. And that's the problem with me. That's the problem when I hear you talk about Trump. Yeah, Trump, you were making money. Now it's a different America, fam. Poor people are even poorer now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he may give you a little $600 or whatever it is, bro, but that ain't shit.
It ain't shit. And look what happened for you to get that money. You got that money taken from you this year, and you're going to get less and less and less taxes back for the next 3 years, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, though. I could take that. My problem is the jobs.
Nigga, I want my taxes, bro.
Yeah, but
But
here's the thing.
What do you mean?
No, but here's the thing. You was always overpaying them anyway. Now it's just less. They're taking less and you're getting less.
No. You're not getting less. They're taking the same amount. If you look at it's the same rate. The reason why you're getting less back is because that $1,500 was not free money. It was a loan. It was a kickback, which is why there's a scale that says when they did it, you're going to get less and less back because now you're paying interest on that $1,500 that they gave you for a stimulus. So
they're willing to take that out, man. It saved people, man. Some people, you know what I'm
you
saying?
right, but niggas didn't know what they were signing up for. That's a difference. If people knew
Yeah,
what they
but
were
what would
signing
have
up,
happened if people didn't? Like, crime would have been way worse.
I don't know. Crime would have been.
Oh.
There's a lot of people who realized because a lot of people were telling them, "Hey, these people are not just making $1,500 come out of thin air."
That's what they're doing.
No, it's not.
It's fucked up that they made it alone, but that's what
not,
they're doing.
It's not the only way it was ever going to be alone. You think they were just going to give you $1,500, nigga? No.
Why not?
Why? That's not how they think.
I know that's not why
What
they
do you mean?
think.
So why you say why not?
No. But my problem is, it's like, oh man, if you're just creating money out the air, that's what they're doing, literally. It's like, why not just give them?
Or why not take that money back and make more money, make more profit?
How? And we're talking about
by having it to where you pay more taxes and get less back. Even you're paying the same rate and get less back because we gave you a loan. And there's interest on that loan. You don't know it's a loan. We're not going to advertise it as it's a loan, but it was a loan. These are all business people. They understand how to finesse numbers. It was a quote unquote stimulus check.
Can y'all see yourselves going through another 3 years like we went through these last 3 years? Y'all want another one of that?
I want different people. I've accepted what this country is and what this country is going to provide.
what will it provide, Herbie?
What our options that we have right now. Sleepy Joe, Kamala Trash, and we let the ultimate capitalist get in charge. Again, there's going to be there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to do
But this
well
thing-
under Donald
but
Trump.
Herb,
I'm not arguing
Let me ask
that.
you a question, Herb.
Go ahead.
Herb, isn't that the point of America? You want to, okay, let's say for you, right? You want to create a DJ business, right? So essentially, you want to grow this business into something one day you could leave for your kid, for your daughter, and you want to be rich. What is wrong with Donald Trump supporting capitalism? That's what America is
Nobody
about.
is support. No, I don't have an issue
Because
with
it's
him.
inhumane, dog, and that's the best way. And that's the
What do
best
you
way,
mean?
fam.
The world is inhumane.
Yes, and that's
At
the
least
problem,
in
bro.
America, well, at least in America, you could come from nothing and become a multi-billionaire.
And it doesn't.
Do we really
It's
want to
less
get rid
than.
of that?
It's less than like. I can remember.
Who's
If I
ever
can,
had
it's less than 10% of
Nobody
people
has
that
an
actually
issue
go up
with,
a class,
with
bro.
capitalism, dog.
Why do we
And
wanna
capitalism,
punish- but why do we
capitalism
wanna
has a
punish
lot
the
of
rich?
problems. Capitalism has a lot of problems, but that's not where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from this point. All I'm pushing back on, if that is your point of view, vote for Trump. He's aligned with what you believe in. What I'm pushing back on are black people specifically, because that's the people I'm trying to talk to, who
You
are
can't
saying
say
that they're.
black people, though.
I have to, because I'm talking to the vote for blacks propagationist movement of black people. They're voting for Trump. They're voting for Trump because they only want something different. In reality, you're not getting anything different. You're getting the same, but with a different packaging. That's the part that trips me out. What did black people get under George Bush? What did black people get under fucking Donald Trump 4 years ago, dog? Or 8 years ago to this point.
Bro, when Donald Trump was president, I didn't go into the grocery store and spend $120.
Yeah, but there's no COVID.
It probably would have happened regardless.
COVID changed everything, bro.
It would have probably like that.
Yeah, but
that would have happened.
Okay,
regardless.
let's put a bet right now. I will bet everything I have in my bank account that none of the consumer goods are going to go down in 4 years under Donald Trump. How much you want to bet?
Nah.
I'll put $100.
But maybe a lot more people would make more money. Maybe.
Yeah, of course.
Hopefully.
Businesses, if you have a business, you're going to make more money. Oh shit! Wait. Where we got Dom. It's gonna be the heavyweight battle. Hold on. All right, man. Dom is back on the Couch Bros podcast. Dom, welcome back. What's going on, my brother?
All right, now I got time. What's going on, man?
Yeah. Listen. You are way more versed in political matters. You are a poli-sci. You have a degree in poli-sci. This is your field. You feel me? So, I want you to bring clarity to the conversation because, again, I am not the most versed when it comes to political conversations, when it comes to politics in general. I just want to hear the opposite side, and I want you and Curvin to have a discussion. If it becomes a debate, it becomes a debate, which is most likely going to become a debate. But I want you guys to have a discussion in regards to this upcoming election, right? Curvin feels a way about why he feels a way about, and you said that you were voting one way, and he's going to vote the opposite way. So, Curvin, I want you to get your point across, and I want you to go ahead and state why you're voting for Donald Trump and why you're going red this year, and basically what led you to that point, your frustrations, and what do you feel that is going to be different under a regime from Donald Trump? So go ahead. The floor is yours, Curvin.
For all my viewers out there, all the black people who've seen the light and who's tired of the democratic slave ship, I want to speak for them. You know, every 4 years, Democrats get 90% of the black vote. Every 4 years, which tells black people that they don't have to do anything for black people because they know they're going to get your vote regardless. All they got to do is bring Megan Thee Stallion to shake her ass, Beyonce to talk about abortion, and Eminem to rap, and they got your vote. We have to stop thinking this way.
How's that different than getting Amber Rose?
Hey, wait, Dom, let him finish. Let him finish.
Under Donald Trump, people forget we have lower inflation. We didn't have a border crisis. We didn't have two wars, coastal wars that we're funding. You know, we didn't have girls playing in boys sports. So we didn't have inflation. The housing market was healthy because I can see that the houses even in Houston skyrocketed.
Wait, Curvin, hold that thought. Dom, is that you? Because I hear a lot of background noise. Is that you?
Yeah, I'm driving home.
Okay, all right. So just mute. Yeah, just be mute. Yeah, just mute.
All right.
Yeah, just mute.
My handset too.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Curvin.
I just don't see how someone, because this is one of the first elections when the people who are voting today lived through the Trump era and through the Biden and Kamala era. I don't understand how someone can live the last 3 years and see the chaos domestically and internationally, compare that to pre-COVID Trump, and want to decide to vote for Kamala Harris. That's my point. And I feel like Black people need to make a change, man, and we need to go ahead and vote for Donald Trump.
Dom, your rebuttal.
Okay, rebuttal. Number one, when it comes to inflation, that's a very like American-centric point of view. So inflation was going to be inflation regardless, right? You got to remember, things happen over time. Even though rate increases and decreases happen over time, right? So really, the preceding 4 years affect the following 4 years, right? So one of the biggest reasons why we have the inflation, I'm not going to blame Trump, but it happened mainly during the Trump era and because of COVID. No matter what, we're going to get a large amount of inflation. Now, one thing that you can say about Biden, whether you agree with it or not, I don't like the term Bidenomics, but he did make this a soft fall. All right. So when you have inflation, due to shortages and supplies and things of that nature, it's very, very difficult to go back, because what will happen is you can't have too much deflation, or really you can't have deflation at all. Deflation is actually worse than rapid inflation. And what I mean by that is essentially when you deflate the economy, you deflate all forms of dollars. Your labor is also dollars. So if they try to deflate the cost of everything, then the labor costs are also deflated, which means that your money is now worth less instead of it being worth more. It's not exactly how it works, but pretty much. Just know that they can't just make the values of things drop without making the actual power of your dollar also drop. So just forcing deflation doesn't work. So the past 4 years has been more about creating a soft fall for the economy with the tools that the government can have or can utilize, which pretty much is rate adjustments and some other tactics. That's one. When it comes to the housing market, there are several factors there too, namely private equity firms. So private equity firms or PEIs are essentially what Trump really, really loves or really, really support. That's really what's been driving up the cost of housing, not only for single family homes, but for apartments as well. So if you notice, smaller companies like, Camden Home, and so on and so forth, they would own apartment complexes. They wouldn't get very big in actually buying houses. When that money was really, really cheap between 2018 and 2022 or so, and the inflation was lower, the rates were really, really low. A lot of these private equity firms, like BlackRock, for example, is one of the biggest ones. They really, really got into buying single family homes. When they buy single family homes, they have enough to essentially control the market, right? So let's say you have 10 houses in a neighborhood. Now, those 10 houses can be financed through Merrill Lynch or whatever big bank. Let's say, for example, BlackRock owns 6 of those homes, and they can calculate that they're only going to put 3 of those 6 homes on the market, because if they hold 3 and keep them empty, then they can inflate the price to whatever they need it to be and adjust it. So private equity firms have a big enough stake in the market now where they can adjust pretty much all costs of housing, not only on the private side for single family homes, but also for duplexes and also for apartments as well. And that also contributes into the labor force also. So they've also bought a whole series or a plethora of businesses. That's why Americans have noticed the past couple of years, like, your management has been extremely, extremely crappy, because they're owned, instead of by individuals or instead of by somebody you can actually talk to, they're owned by private equity firms. And the thing that people kind of let Republicans do over and over again, and Democrats too, and here's the funny thing, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they're not like far left Democrats. The Trump is so far to the right, or the Republican Party has been pulled so far to the right, that the Democrats are now more centrist when it comes to certain policies. So, for example, they're not really doing a whole lot to stop. Hang on, got honked at. They're not really doing a whole lot to kind of derail or stop private equity firms from happening and going on as well. And that's bad for labor. That's bad for a whole bunch of things. That's why you go to McDonald's now and you see that instead of, you see 5 to 10 employees, they'll have a firm come in and pretty much chop it up. And now, you only need 3 employees now. 2 people making the hamburgers, 1 person to be the actual manager, go to this kiosk, get this app, so on and so forth. And those low labor jobs have also essentially been eradicated. But a lot of that is not it's not like a red or a blue thing. It's a thing that they essentially both do. The thing you have to watch out when it comes to Republican and giving them carte blanche of doing whatever they like is that a lot of their policies do not benefit black people. And especially since I'm speaking to 3 Haitian American men, I kind of find it surprising that you would still ride with somebody after all those years of growing up in South Florida, going to middle school. And I'm not Haitian, but man, I felt for my Haitian homie. Y'all got cracked on talking about cat eaters and all that type of stuff. And y'all still gonna ride with Trump after directly telling you many, many times about his feelings towards people of color. That's 2. 3, when it comes to foreign policy, we've always had proxy wars. So a proxy war is essentially a war that we get somebody else to fight and we fund it or we pay for it. So instead of us fighting against Russia directly, we pay Ukraine to pretty much fight the battle for us. That way, you don't have American troops dying, and it's fuck Russia, right? That's essentially what we're doing. We've done it in Afghanistan. We've done it. The funny thing is, we have so many proxy wars going on in Africa at any point in time, but because it's Africa and it's not on the news, nobody gives 2 fucks. We spend billions of dollars killing people in Africa every single year. Nobody gives a fuck. You know why? Because it's Africa. So I don't really get what the big sticking point is there. Now, I will also say, because of his relationship with Vladimir Putin, our foreign policy is going to look, extremely different. We have no idea. And this is where it gets really problematic and tricky, and it creates a sense of instability, right? So Donald Trump can go in and pull all money out of Ukraine, which, not saying I'm for or against, it's just going to create a whole lot of turmoil. And then that'll also affect the market. So Donald Trump isn't necessarily good for markets either. But I'm going kind of long, so I'll digress on that point, and I'll let you get in.
But here's my question to you, Dom. When you say that when it comes to black people and their ties to the Democratic Party, I get the Trump saying the dog eat cat shit, but here's how I feel about the Democrats. When the party owns your 90% of your vote every 4 years, it doesn't give them an incentive to do anything for you because they own your vote anyways.
What do you want them to do for you?
No, but that's what I'm saying. At least
no, I'm asking you what do you want? What do you want them to do for you?
Look, I'm not saying that I'm not saying my argument here isn't that what they should do for you is my argument is Democrat gives an illusion to black people that they will do something for them, but they really won't.
But their vote. But that's one of my questions. What do you want them to do for black people? Perfect world.
It's what black people want Democrats to do something. They think Democrats are going to do something for them through the criminal reform and for reparations. Where through reparations we always get the same answer: we're going to study it. And through with reform, Asian got a crime bill before black people, and black people still don't got no crime bill. We had 12 years under Democrats over the last 16 years. And we got no reparations, no crime bill, nothing financially, no financial benefits. What do Democrats do for black people?
Okay.
Why do they deserve
here's why you got to pay attention, because you're falling for the bait and switch. How many Supreme Court justices has Obama appointed, and how many Supreme Court justices has Donald Trump appointed?
Who fathers that, though?
Answer my question. How many?
Yeah, Donald Trump did 3 or 4, but couldn't Obama do the same thing?
No, he did not. He only got 1. Donald Trump has not only have you picked 3, they're extremely conservative. They're extremely young. So if Donald Trump gets to elect 1 more or even 2, which is possible with the retirement of likely Clarence Thomas, we're gonna go back 50 fucking years. Like, we're gonna go back 50 years. And no, it's already happening. Things such as abortion, things such as marijuana, everything that even a lot of states have passed can end up going right back on the table, and it happens really, really quickly. And they don't have term limits. You're there until you either resign or you die, and they're going to hold it until they die.
When you say going back 50 years, what's the worst you think can happen?
What's the worst thing that can happen? Well, I mean, he's already talking. He doesn't say directly, but you have to read between the lines. So he says one thing about probably 2025. He also talks a lot about, for example, last week he just said he's going to dump the Department of Education. Just flat out get rid of it. Education is already struggling in many states, Florida and Texas as well, are already doing their best concerted efforts to ensure that we don't have a public school system. So let me show you what they're trying to do. So here in Texas, we have what's called ESSER funds. So ESSER funds came into play after COVID. After COVID, we had to go one-to-one because every kid needed a laptop. We had to do virtual schooling, all those things. The state of Texas is currently sitting on it's somewhere between $9 and $19 billion of old funds to Texas schools that the governor pretty much does not want to give to the schools. All right, and everything costs more because inflation affects everything. So, for example, for my school district, my old small school district, it costs about $250,000 a week to put gas inside of buses. $250,000 a week to put gas inside of buses. That money has to come from somewhere. So almost every school district in the state of Texas is essentially running in the red or running a huge, huge deficit because they're holding us hostage because he wants to push school vouchers. Because he wants to put those school vouchers and go to a system of essentially charter schools which are privately earned. So now what they want is they want to have white people from rich neighborhoods come into black and brown communities and profit off of pretty much having educating our children in the poorest way possible. And there's pretty much no regulation, no oversight, no certification. Donald Trump would like to take that and apply it pretty much nationally to the tenfold. So, I mean, you think it's bad now where, you might make a call to like a school or you might go on a campus or something and it's leaking faucets and everything going on. Like, it'll be a really terrible day for Americans' public education. And that's just one facet that I know for a fact people were kind of glossing over.
But when you say implement white people into black schools,
and Curry don't give
no, not white people in black schools.
Curry don't give a fuck about charter, dog.
You said what?
Charter schools. Even when you say charter schools in black communities, that's what you're saying. They're going to make charter schools in black communities.
If you notice where they open the most charter schools, they don't open charter schools. The biggest charter, they're not opening them in Coral Springs or in whatever nice neighborhood down there in South Florida. They open them in the black neighborhoods first.
100%. That is true because my sister worked for a charter school for a long time, and that shit was right here on Oakland and 31st, right down the street.
They'll put that shit in the damn. They put that shit in the damn parking lot.
And you're saying the charter schools are worse than the public schools?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm asking.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you grow up to work hard to put yourself in a position where you're making a little bit more money than the average person, this is the goal that we all tend to go to.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do what you want to do.
That's why I say this may sound controversial. So, stab me if I'm wrong. But I'm paying higher taxes to put my kids in better school zones to live in a place where property tax is higher in order to put my kids in better school. I don't want my kids mixed with these other kids that don't got parents.
You don't want your kids mixed with these other niggas. That's what you just said.
That's two different issues. So what you don't realize is they're gonna get the money from those schools too. It'll be the black and brown schools first, and it'll be the good white schools second. Look at New Orleans, because this happened really quickly in New Orleans. Actually, probably over about a period of 10, 15 years. Hurricane Katrina was the last domino that made it all fall through. So if you know anybody that's in New Orleans public schools almost doesn't exist. If you want your kid to get a good education in public schools, they either A, get into one of the top tier charter schools, or B, more likely, it's all private schools. Like, it's all private schools. So if you don't have the money to actually pay for your child to go to school, which is somewhere between $25,000, $35,000 a year, K through 8, and then more than that for 9 through 12, your child is going to struggle. It's going to struggle because the money is not there. They pretty much.
Okay. So here's my point.
And people profit off of our children in the worst way.
Here's my point again. This is controversial too, because this is why parents put too much dependency on other people to educate their kids. When you, first off, the education starts at home, and it doesn't stop at school when your kids get off from school. They have to continue in the home. I think too many people are putting full dependency on government-run schools to educate their children, and they're not going to get the best education that way.
I agree with you to an extent, but here's my rebuttal to that. I've been doing this for 13 years. I have a master's degree in education. I would not trust myself to teach a child every single subject from K through 12. And that's essentially what you're asking. That's essentially what you're asking parents to do. If I gave you third grade math and the expectations or the standards and all the strands right now and told you to teach it to your singular third grade student, you would struggle, because knowing something yourself and teach somebody how to do it is two totally different skill sets. So yes, we do still need a system of teachers to actually work with the children.
But I think that a lot of people, when they see their kids are struggling in a certain subject, they don't get involved and they don't, try to reach out to tutors, try to reach out to members in the community. There's so many resources out there to help kids, learn the subject other than that specific school building.
And hold up, let me hang on, Kirby. Let me stop you right there. You just said there's so many resources, and what Donald Trump is trying to do, and he told you directly, is get rid of all those resources. He said he wants to abolish the Department of Education. So that means all the resources. No, the state's not. No, to turn it over to states, it's going to be run by nobody. It's going to be run by private. It's the same thing. The same thing, like I said, with private equity firms, is going to happen in schools. So you're going to have rich white people coming. Go ahead.
No, because in that situation, what would be the outcome for the teachers? Like, do y'all just switch over to the private or the charter schools, or is it just more like you got to find different places to work or something?
It hasn't happened yet, but it's terrible because for the most part, just real simple numbers, right? Let's say you get $10,000 per kid to educate a kid per year at the school, right? A charter school can come in and say, all right, I'm going to give you guys $4,000 per kid. I'm going to pocket the $6,000. And then they just get to keep $6,000. So that $4,000 is, for the most part, they have to massively underfund the school so they can make profit. Whereas public schools, there is no profit motive. There is no third party that's concerned with making a profit or turning dollars from the actual school itself. That, for the most part, is the biggest large and by issue with charter schools. There's a profit motive.
Okay, I have a question for you, Dom. Here's the one question that I want to know. Through all this talking, I do get some of your points, and it does make sense. But only time can tell. But we're currently we have a federal school education thing. Why are black boys reading on the third grade level still, and inner city schools still failing miserably under the federal education thing that Donald Trump? What difference is it going to make? It's like black people. It's like these black kids in the inner cities aren't benefiting anyway. From the statistics shows. So you take more resources, and you got to understand, school is a lot more than about learning, right? So we're battling poverty. That's why we're battling poverty, and the front line of battling poverty are schools. Like I was telling her just yesterday, I had a whole CPS case, right? I do probably fucking 3 or 4 of those like a month at the school I work at.
Hey,
right?
Whoa. Dom, is that something that you want to just put that on a front street? You feel me?
No details. It's fine.
Okay.
For the most part, all our kids eat breakfast for free. They eat lunch for free. For a lot of my students, that's the only time they eat per day. We send care packages home on the weekend for certain kids from Houston Food Bank that we pair up with. We have mental health services that we give to the whole community, not just the students, but all the parents as well. We have Friday, we had like a vaccination truck come out for everybody who need to come get some vaccinations. We also had nurse practitioners that came out and did checkups for the community. So it's a whole lot more that schools actually do besides just educating students. And the reason why black boys struggle more is essentially because you have to educate the entire child. It's hard to learn shit when your mom's an addict. And I'm looking at one of my kids. The mom's an addict. They don't have a car. There is no job because of the situation where they live. It's a food desert. There's not really a whole lot for them to actually do. And he's almost raising himself. The only place of safety that he actually has is the school. And to some degree, that is probably about 70 to 75% of the students that I deal with from day to day are living like that. So yes, it's very different than when you go to Coral Springs. Those kids are fed every day. Those kids are told that I love you every day. Mommy and daddy go to work every morning. Everybody has a car. The lights, don't have to worry about the lights being turned on or turned off. It's totally different.
But knowing that even if you use those federal dollars to essentially keep these kids alive, because that's basically what you're saying, you're keeping these kids alive and safe, which is fine. But does the cycle continue with those kids? Do those kids grow up in large numbers to be productive citizens, or do they follow into the same cycle that their parents were in, causing us to use consistent federal dollars to keep doing the same thing over and over for people who can consistently keep making the same mistakes that their parents did?
So ironically, what you're saying, and you're kind of talking on both sides of your mouth, you want more done for black people, but you want to take away all that we're essentially doing for black people. Education is to me, education is the key. Because with education, that can at least get the door to like a trade school. And I mean, heck, we've even changed it so much now to where, and this is pretty dope. We got a program at one of our high schools where you could dead ass graduate from high school with an associate's degree and a barber's license. So I remember 2 years ago, we had about 20 kids who graduated with a full-blown barber's license and an associate's degree in business. They had to come out no money. So for those kids taking the opportunity, yeah, that's monumental life change because now you're 17 years old with an associate's degree and you have a trade. So we got that, we got welding, we got plumbing, we got a whole lot of different options for kids because we know what the actual needs are.
Hey,
so
Dom.
just to take that away and dump all that out, we're just putting our heads in the sand.
Hey, Dom. I have a question because of what you said about the school system and the school department. Is there a chance that this is still gonna happen regardless, even if Kamala Harris is in the office or not? Because from what I could tell, the school system is in debt from what you're telling me, and I would imagine it's not just Texas; it might be all over the country. This is happening.
Well, yeah, this happens in a lot of red states because Florida's one of those red states. So it's easier to cut from education because you don't see it every day. You just deal with it. Like if y'all knew how much teachers take out their pockets every day to give kids, to feed kids, to put shirts on kids' backs.
No, but
I know for a fact her sister can talk to that too. How much she's probably done for her students, and never asked for anything. No, they cut our damn tax credit. You used to get a $5 tax credit in the year. Now we get $250. Thanks, Trump.
Wait.
So what are they doing? What are they doing with the money?
But wait.
What do you mean what are they doing with the money? I told you it costs $250,000 to put gas in buses for a week.
Hey, listen.
No, you said that they're sitting on $18 billion that they don't want to use.
Hold on.
Wait.
Let Gerson get in. Gerson, what you trying to say, bro?
No, my point is, and you didn't answer it completely. Like I'm saying, is there a possibility that could still be the outcome of it officially? Because everything just sounds like it's bad to begin with financially. Could it be?
Oh yeah, no, that's a Republican drive right now. Even the Green Party is not on board. Like even libertarians aren't about cutting education totally. Like that's a pretty wild statement.
But it sounds like as a nation, we can't afford it. That's what I'm getting to.
No, as a nation, we don't want to afford it because we falling for the bait and switch because we're voting for people over and over again who send their kids to private schools and they want our public schools to flounder because they can send those kids to, the St. Thomas's, the American Heritage, and so on and so forth. Then go open up a charter school on Sunrise and get cash off of that.
Okay,
like
I get you.
That's how it's working.
Okay.
So other than do you fear anything that Democrats can do that can put what you are living like? Okay, let me restate my question. Is there anything that you're afraid that Democrats are going to do that's going to affect you, your livelihood, and others around you? Or do you think that you're just going to come in and make things better?
But that's why I asked that initial question, like, what do you actually want them to do for Black people? Because the thing is, it's very easy to point at one central figure, like a president or like, or just one chamber of government and just be like, oh, fix these things for me. But what do you actually want them to fix? Because a lot of things that people expect the government to fix isn't actually controlled by the government. Government can't fix inflation because the government isn't solely responsible for inflation. Government can't fix stock market because the government isn't in charge of the NYSE. So that's why I always come back to the question, like, what expectations do you actually have for the government to do for you? That's my first question for you, Kirby. What do you want?
What do I want?
Yes.
I want the world to look like how it looked before COVID.
So
where pretty much I feel like I want America to be more energy independent. I want the borders closed, and I want a safer. I want de-escalation of war around the U.S. And I think with energy independence, that will help America, as far as like prices and shit like this, like prices. People say it's the price gouging that is causing it. I don't believe it. I believe it is the energy thing. And the more energy we produce, the cheaper it will be to produce the products and to ship the products, will bring prices down. But right now we have a crazy war conflict around the world that we didn't have. And, I feel like the border's out of control. Man, we letting in terrorists. People forgetting that they say that there's like 3,000, the terrorist watch list. We let in like 3,000 people on the terrorist watch list this year. That's like loose. We can literally have another 9/11 at any time because of this whole border crisis. And
Curvin, so the 9/11 terrorists that that flew through the Twin Towers. Do you know where they came from?
Shoot, Afghanistan apparently or Iraq, one of them people places.
And no, they did not. Look it up. They came from Saudi Arabia, our allies. Except for one, the other one came from Egypt. They came from Saudi Arabia and Egypt. How many school shootings do you think any Mexicans have done, or mass shootings any Mexicans have done the past 10 years?
Not none.
Okay. So ask yourself who the real terrorists are. So that's one. Two, what border crisis? We're in Texas. It's fucking fine. It's always been this way. Net immigration has been zero roughly the past 20 years. Like if there is no crisis to be had.
Number one, so why are blue states complaining about when we were busting people up there? Why were they complaining about it?
You say what now?
Why were the blue states complaining? Remember when Abbott was busting the people up to Chicago and New York and stuff? If there wasn't really a crisis, why were they complaining and going crazy about receiving all those people?
Oh, wait. Kervin, wait.
Okay.
Down. Let me get in. Kervin, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Because this is a point that I want to ask you and people who are super heightened when it comes to immigration.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's happening for a lot of people, especially in our age range, we're just next up in the cycle of people who are in a situation where we're quote unquote, and I'm using this with air quotes, quote unquote, forced to be aware of it, forced to have an anxiety of the ramifications of immigration and illegal immigrants, right? When has illegal immigration never not been a problem in U.S. politics as long as you can remember?
Oh, it's always been a problem.
And how many different hands of... So going back to 1990, we had a Republican Party in 1990. Then we had the Democrats with Bill Clinton. I'm sorry. In the mid 90s, the 2000s we were Republican. The 2008 from 2012 we were Democratic. From 2012 to 2016, or who? I'm trying to think. I'm having a brain fart. 2008 to 2016 we're Democratic. 2016 to 2020 we're Republican. 2020 to 2024 we're Democratic, and we're looking to go back to Republican. We've had multiple sides in charge, and immigration has always been a problem, quote unquote, right? So what is really at play here? There seems to never be a solution for immigration, and maybe immigration is not actually a problem.
I think it's really not really the solution. It's the it's the assumption to other countries that the border is wide open. I think there was always a problem, but there was never a time in America where millions of people from all over the world can just literally just come and cross over. There was some type of border.
That's not what's happening. And answer Herb's question. What's the actual problem with the immigration? Like how is it impacting your day-to-day life besides people coming here?
What's the actual ramifications?
Like actual implications.
When you take 20,000 people and implement them into a town of 50,000, and then you want those people that was living in that small town was already struggling with inflation, and then you put 20,000 extra people to compete with resources in that small town.
That
may not be a problem in a big city.
That small town that was abandoned. Like if you listen to a lot of people, yes, it was. That was there's still people living there. No,
nobody in the place that doesn't have jobs.
A lot of people left that city because there wasn't any job because of COVID, because that was a steel and a mill city. If you look up anybody
that doesn't mean the little bit of people that's left there should have to be burdened by the 20,000 influx of people that's taking the little resources that they already don't have.
Let me ask you a question, Kervin, right? And this is the funniest thing when it comes to the immigration talk, right? Immigration will never, ever stop in America because, one, this is a capitalist country. Two, cheap labor is always going to override expensive labor. If they wanted to stop people from coming, they would have done it a long time ago. The reason why there's always going to be immigration is because cheap labor fucking rules. Cheap labor builds these houses. Cheap labor builds these skylines. Cheap labor builds these downtowns. So what are we talking about here?
So why do you think Republicans are making a big deal about it then?
Because that's what they're selling. So you could vote for them. I just detailed going back to 1990 how we've had multiple Republican parties. Again, including Donald Trump. Why do people act like this is his first term? Like he's not been a president before, bro. That's the craziest part in all this.
And it's one of those dog whistles to the racists because you know who we talking to. If I say we're trying to close the border to Mexico, you know who we talking about. Okay, you say it without saying it.
The reality of the situation is, for capitalists, let me finish. The reality of the situation for capitalists, they're always going to secretly advocate for immigration because it is a cheap labor force. That's what happened to that city in Ohio because cheap labor came. Multiple people, multiple business owners said, we love the Haitians because they come to work. We don't have to worry about them being high. We don't have to worry about them failing drug tests, being on fentanyl. They want to work. They don't bother anybody. All of the business owners in that town love the people that came, love the influx, because ultimately that is what America has become. It is built on cheap labor. Herb, let me add one thing to your cheap labor. And Curvin, you gotta look at birth rates too, right? So if you look at America's population pyramid currently, right, it's like 1.2 children per household. So what's currently happening is baby boomers are retiring, and within the next 5 years, they're going to retire en masse. The way our entire tax system, Social Security, all those things work is based on population. So you need to have more people in the workforce than you have retirees. Within the next 10 years or so, as the boomers, which is pretty much our parents and grandparents, some of the listeners, as they retire, it's gonna become like an upside down pyramid, even more so than it already is. So the only way you can enlarge your population is to, one, somehow convince people to have more children, or B, you have to get immigrants in here to bolster our population because immigrants pay taxes. As a matter of fact, it's happening right now with Japan. Japan has such a low birth rate. Within the past 3 years, Japan has essentially opened up the country, and it's a lot easier to live and work in Japan. That's why people peep game. Like a lot of YouTubers, gaming YouTubers, they try to move and live in Japan right now. Yeah, I watch.
And if you go there, you're going to see a whole lot more different people.
To piggyback off of what Dom is saying, I watch a lot of. So basically, a new trend on YouTube right now is a lot of people interviewing people that are not actually from that country and asking them for their experiences living in that country. Japan is one of the most popular trends in that niche on YouTube, right? There's this guy, he's a Japanese native. He talks to people who clearly are not from Japan. He talks to two sets of people who are not from Japan and people who are born and raised in Japan, but they're biracial. So there's a lot of people who are black and white, or I mean, not black and white, but Japanese and black. And he's asking them for their experiences. And then the other people are the people who move to Japan because they get money for moving and living in Japan. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? He'll ask a lot of black dudes that came from America, whether it's a program, whether it's a teaching program, whatever, who get paid to move and leave that country that they're from and live in Japan. And he says, hey, how is it living in Tokyo? You feel me? How is it living in this city? What is your experience and stuff like that? And a large part of that is because these countries are incentivized to have people come out of their country, to come to their country, to help improve the birth rate, because a lot of people are not having kids. Remember, right now, there's this notion that these women and these kids are doing all of this and having all that kind of stuff. Year on year, the birth rate is decreasing in America. Year on year. When you have a decreasing birth rate, that means you have a decrease in the potential workforce.
So, and tag me in real quick, Herb. So
what
that
also
also means is, and this is also why it's beneficial to a lot of corporate Republicans, right? If I make you hate immigrants, right, keep them out the country, the birth rate's low because, like you said earlier, inflation, everything's expensive, so it's expensive to have children. You know, it costs $1 million, and I'm not really being facetious. It's probably $1.5 million to raise 3 to 4 kids right now in America, if you choose to have 3 to 4 kids. So you're not getting it from there. So that means the only way to keep the population from all having more retirees than actual people in the labor force is to currently and repetitively and repeatedly increase the retirement age, which is what's happening. Hell, Ted Cruz said that flat out. He wants to cut Social Security, which Republicans have been talking about for a long time. And let me tell you what pissed me off in a minute. And we're going to work until we're deep in our 70s. So there will be no golden years. So that whole 30 years, and then we get to retire, that's not going to be us. We're probably going to have to work 40 to 45 years, maybe 50 years of actually working before we can retire. 50 years of working before we can retire.
The baby boomers doing it now.
Slightly, but it's going to be worse for us because of the population.
But here's my thing, Dom. It seems like the Democrat Party should have hired you guys to run Kamala's campaign because it seems like you guys are more because all
Yo,
this,
you
all this
tripping,
educated,
bro. You wildin', bro.
You damn near almost made me a Democrat. But, but Kamala.
So here's the thing, Kervin. I read a lot. I read a lot of international news. I read Al Jazeera. I read BBC. I read and I always check and verify my sources.
But why is Kamala Harris and the Democrat Party? It seems like all they're running on is Trump Hitler. Why are they not being?
Because you cannot have complex messaging. Simple messaging is what Donald Trump is really good at. Simple messaging works really good. Build that wall. Really easy tagline. People understand what that means. That is Donald Trump's
MAGA.
Really, that's the big
Make America great again.
Make America great again. Make some short, small catchphrases because it's TikTok. We have fucking short attention spans. All right. How many people actually watched that debate and keyed in and actually understood what was going on? Not a whole lot of people really knew what was going on.
And Dom, you may disagree, but I'll say this. And in regards to Donald Trump is a brilliant businessman. Like if you just hear him talk about economics in a way, in certain pockets,
he's brilliant at advertising.
Of course, that's the number one part of business, though. Like I'm sorry, the part that's the most important is advertising. What you do, it's not about what you do. It's how you make how you make people want to purchase or invest in what you have. That's the most important part of business. And he's a brilliant person at that. So I'm not going to take that away from him. So again,
Democrats talk to
I don't want to
talk to people like they're dummies, bro.
No, I don't want to have that conversation. I just want to say this. When it comes to black people who are voting for Donald Trump, if your point is, if you are coming at it from, I aspire to be a business owner, I aspire, whether that's small, large, whatever, I get it. Other than that, it really doesn't make any sense. And again,
you're basically saying that you have two choices. You either have a business, you have to have a business mindset, or you care about social economic.
Yeah, that's what it's been for years, bro. Like I don't like.
But Kamala literally has a plan like for black men and entrepreneurship. But
excuse me, Kamala. First off, she said that she wants to give black men forgivable loans. That's unconstitutional. You can't just give a specific race of people money and exclude other people. Then what are you talking about? It happened for the first 300 years of the country. What are you talking about? Well, you certainly can't do it now. That was before social media. You can't do this shit now. And then, Kirby, wait. You're going against your own.
No. You two. Kirby, we're done. That is the perfect way to end this conversation, bro.
One last thing. Here's my last thing.
Last thing.
Marijuana? What she thinks all black men smoke weed and all black men care about is weed and shit? Who is she? Oh man, that whole plan was. And then she came out with this thing literally 3 weeks before the election. She didn't even care about all this stuff. She wasn't even going to do it until she seen that she was losing black votes.
Dom, go ahead and get in because we're at 2.5 hours now. This is a long episode, so Dom, go ahead, bro. No, you're good. It was great content.
My only rebuttal is, it's way too many black men. Girl, it's like you've never been black before. It's so crazy. There are way too many black men sitting in jail to this day over marijuana, and we know marijuana for the most part is not a very harmful or impactful drug. While we had Big Pharma pretty much shove Oxycontin down our throats. That's one. Two, your statement essentially just said you're just voting against your own interest at this point. So if you want to vote for Trump, that's cool, so long as you have to at least recognize that you're voting against your own interest. And I'll finish off with this. And I always say this. Always remember to vote in your local elections, because your local elections, those propositions, your council members, your local judges have way more. Your mayor has way more of an impact of your day-to-day life than the president of the United States. Vote for all of it, but keep that in mind too.
Yeah.
And all I'm gonna say is,
Go ahead, Kirby.
My final closing statement is, man, black people, we've been giving the Democratic Party our vote for 90% for every 4 years, and all we get is Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce shaking their ass on the stage. We need to make America great one more time. That's fine. Just one more time, and then we'll be all right.
I'll take Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce over Wiz Khalifa's baby mama anytime.
Not Amber Rose, man. No Amber Rose slander over here, man. No Amber Rose slander.
Listen, man. Hey, I'm not for any of them. I don't really care for any of them. But how can you hear somebody tell you about what's the plan to destroy the school system and be like, that's okay, that's not a problem, bro? I don't get it, but whatever, bro. I don't care, bro. I don't think any of them care about us, honestly. And I'm talking about black people. So it is what it is. I just hope everybody takes this serious, know what you're getting into when you vote. Thank you for the information, Dom. You always open my eyes to new shit every time you get on this shit. And Curvin, man, like, man. Man, and I'm not for anybody, bro. But how can you just listen to this shit and be like, nah, man, I'm still gonna vote for that cracker, bro? And you know he don't care for niggas.
Hey man, when we all need to make another guys trip. It's been too long, you know.
Hey, listen, man. Listen. There's only one guy's trip to make. I don't know if y'all can make it. You feel me? All of y'all niggas are married, bro. And listen, I appreciate that y'all are married. I aspire to be every one of you niggas. Gerson, I was in your wedding. Dom, I was in your wedding. Curvin, you feel me? As soon as you got married, you left. You feel me? You sent me the pictures. You niggas are the blueprint. But there's only one guy's trip to make it. Y'all niggas can't make it. So
who said? Who said that? Who said that?
There we go.
There's only one guy's trip. Again, I want to take all my niggas to the Soo. You feel me? If y'all niggas can come to the Soo, I want to take y'all to what we call the Soo, the motherland, bro, the oasis, dog. Like, you feel me?
You know how I'm gonna. You know I'm gonna be there because when I'm over there, my wife gonna think I'm in Fort Lauderdale with y'all boys. So.
Not on a public podcast that she can listen to, nigga. Like that's
I forgot where I was at.
Yeah, edit that part out, Herb.
Yeah, I definitely will edit that part out. I will edit that part out, man. So we will talk. We will talk because I want to take all y'all boys out there. Dom, I know you're not coming. You feel me? Which is a great commendable thing, bro. I appreciate that, bro. But I want to take all my niggas out there, dog. So
I mean, I think we should at least do a trip where everyone goes. Like, I want Dom to go too. We could do Vegas again, something small.
Nah, for sure.
Just something for us to relax.
Nah, for sure, bro. Listen, I'm always down to go to Vegas. We go to Vegas during the right time. It's awesome, bro. So, but with that said, man, I appreciate you, Curvin, bro, for coming on. I appreciate you, Dom, for coming on randomly. Gerson, I appreciate all y'all boys. This was a phenomenal episode. This was educational. I learned a lot. You feel me? Like, we had a healthy debate, and the best part about this is that none of this makes us hate each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we need more of that in the space where we could disagree at the end of the day, still be niggas, like still be homies. And we just debated for 2 hours, and we're talking about what trip we want to take, right? And that's what I love the most. So I appreciate all y'all boys for coming on this episode, man. So this was a phenomenal episode. This was a special episode, bro. So thank you, Curvin. Thank you, Gerson. Thank you, Dom, bro. I appreciate all of y'all.
Sir.
Yeah, man. I'm always down for a celebrity shot call.
Nah, for sure. That was random, but I had to call you. And the funny part is, here's the irony. We're not gonna. The pod's done, but the irony is, I called you because Curvin had no idea how dangerous Houston is. That's really why we called you, bro. Like,
we didn't even.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. We gotta see.
Hey, you know, I'm in the hood for real. I'm in Cashmere Gardens, man. It's like I drive past prostitutes.
Yeah.
Nah, your neighborhood looks pretty nice though, dog.
No. Where I work at, not where I live at, brother. I drive past prostitutes and I'm like, oh shit, that's Johnny Mama.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So yeah,
wild.
man, we'll say that for another part, man. But episode 137, man, we'll see y'all next week, man. Deuces.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.